You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole. EPICA'S, Chronicans, we are finally here for the big shebang. This is literally Epica doing a full album listening party to the Aspiral album. We are so excited to finally have time to sit down to do the whole thing for y'all. Can't wait to see the bands back and forth and all of their insider knowledge for every song we're about to check in. Let us know what your favorite song from Aspiral is in the comments below. And if you do have a good time with us, hit that like. And if you have not subscribed yet after the end of this time and you're still not an Epican or a Chronican yet, do it. Hit the button.
Hit that button. You know you wanna, because we wanna and we can't wait to get into this.
EPICA'S, Chronicans, why has it taken this long for us to do the reaction?
I don't know, honey. Why has it?
Well, we're from Canada, y'all. So we might be looking a little bare for an Epica reaction. We normally are all decked out in Epica merch. But we've been waiting for something because we're from Canada. And it looks like it finally has made its way. Yes, you can see the Percival right there. That means we got our Aspiral box. Hopefully I handled that with care because it says fragile on it as well.
He throws
as I'm
it
throwing it around. That's just my excitement, y'all. So we're going to go open this, change not in front of y'all, and then come back on the flip side so we can make sure we're doing this listening party with Epica and the Chronicans and the EPICA'S correctly. You ready to do the honors, hun?
I am.
Snip away.
I'm so excited.
You gonna rip it?
I'm gonna rip it.
Yep. Okay. Do one thing at a time.
Ooh. What's in the box?
Package slip, which we're not gonna show you exactly what's on it, because that would ruin the surprise. Okay, we're starting with this, and I think this is gonna go to ALANNA.
Ooh. Look. Oh, look at this. Look at this. So it says Epica, which is gorgeous.
Nice
On the
Epica
side.
sweater. Oh, you can already see the spiral
Epica down the
logos.
sleeve. And then, let me grab it on the shoulders.
Oh, that's clean.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that gorgeous sweater, spiral.
Gorgeous.
You gonna be wearing that for the reaction, honey?
Oh, heck yes.
All right, keep that on your lap then. On to item number 2. And if y'all got anything too, let us know what you got for merch and how excited you were. This one I'm very excited for. There's Champions League soccer, I call it, from Canada going on right now. But I know y'all call it football in the Netherlands and Europe. So I thought this was really cool to get for the Aspiral as well. And let's open it so you can see exactly
How cool it is.
how cool it is and why this fits so well for us on the channel here. Now look at that gorgeous Netherlands color. You can even see the Netherlands crest with the Epica statement on this. A cool Aspiral football jersey. You got Epica 9 on the back.
9th album.
Number 9 means you're the striker. It means you get the goals. And you know me, I like scoring. So I'll be putting that one on myself. Now, what's next, honey?
I don't know. What's the next one?
This looks like a shirt for one of you or me. It's
One of our shared shirts.
It's a shared shirt. It's going to fit both of us. Looks great.
It's gorgeous.
We're going to have to fight over this one, I can tell you that.
Yep.
It looks gorgeous. Similar to that one, but now we got the shirt and we got the sweater. Plus the football jersey. Looks like you probably could wear this more because I got the football jersey. And we got our Coke here. Can't forget the Coke.
And I have my sweater that Kyle will end up stealing periodically.
Now, this is the really cool part, in my opinion, because as much as merch is incredible, as much as looking good is incredible, I think this is really what we're here for.
Oh, cool.
Look at this. This is the
Gorgeous.
Epica Aspiral box set. It includes 5-disc earbooks, 2 LP picture vinyls, an Epica coin, limited to 1,000 of these. We are one of the lucky people to get it, and we feel very blessed to be able to be an Epican at the correct time, to have the honor to meet these people and to talk to them. And the Epicans themselves are one of the best fan bases out in the world, if not the best. So we want to thank you all so much too. And let's open it to share this excitement together completely and not make it completely about us. Here we go. Might have to even keep that because it says how precious this is. Again, here we go, y'all. Wow.
Oh, there's a thing in it.
Yeah, that might be the coin.
It is a coin.
So while you're looking at the coin, here is that beautiful artwork again. Wow. This is stunning. How's that coin looking?
It's gorgeous. Look at that.
Wow.
It's weighted. It's heavy.
Is that a coin from like the chest in the Black Pearl, Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes, the cursed gold.
That gold.
No.
It looks amazing. Now this is really cool. This opens up. Wow. So you got your incredible vinyl here.
Gorgeous.
Look at these massively awesome sided vinyls.
Want to see it? Oh my god. I want a record player just so we can play these gorgeous.
We're gonna have to. Look at this, y'all. Oh, wow. This is stunning. This is incredible. Looks like we know what we need to get now, honey.
Record player.
A record player.
A good one. I want a gramophone.
Okay, so that's really impressive. That goes right in here. And then we have the lyrics that are right in here. You can see it. Seeds will sow, will need all of our lives to grow, to reach new heights and guide below.
Wow.
Very spiritual. That's why I think we connect so much with that, because just how spiritually cleansing they are. Trying to attack that ego.
Yeah.
And then you get the actual book itself.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
Wow. Look at this book.
Oh, it's got the CDs.
Here's our CDs. If y'all saw me starting to sweat, I was like, do we not get any CDs? We have a CD player in our car, so I was really looking forward to playing it, one. So I'm very happy to see where the CDs are.
The Spiral.
And then you also get the whole book here that has, it looks like, amazing pictures. You got the lyrics. Look at these pictures. Yeah, you got all the lyrics.
Perfect.
For every one of them. Look how gorgeous everything looks here. Simone, Mark, they're all looking stunning. I mean, here you go. And then even on the back, then we know we get live at the Symphonic Synergy, y'all. We got 3 live at the Symphonic Synergies there too.
Amazing.
Y'all, like, again, feeling very honored. Let ALANNA touch it and feel it. I haven't touched the coin. I love my things. More things I can put up, the happier for me. This is gonna go with one of the EPICA'S somehow. We'll find a way.
We'll get a shelf.
We'll get a shelf or something, but for now, we're gonna keep this tight. And thank you all for checking out the amazing box opening. I know ALANNA thoroughly enjoyed this as well. We're now gonna put on some clothes so that we are spiraled to get into this awesome Epica review of their own album, which you get to hear from the horse's mouth, and we never get to hear like Ari Rob talk that much about it. So I'm really looking forward to hearing even their thoughts about it too.
I'm really curious because it said out of 1,000, but this says 0. So I'm wondering which number out of 1,000 this one is.
Don't feel too special, honey. We would be 1 if that was our number. But anyways, thank y'all. Let's get into it. Well, I think we have fully upgraded. I think we're ready to go. How you feeling?
So. I'm feeling ready to go for Epica.
I know y'all have probably noticed it, but can we give a nice shout out to what's on Alanna's head here? Can you explain what that is?
It's my hairpiece from the wedding, and I want to wear it more than once. So now I'm just randomly shoving it in my hair, and I think it looks pretty good.
Because you're special and important to us. So here we go. We love Simone. We love Epica. They're our incredible hosts. And because we know this is going to be a long one, make sure you got some snacks with you. What we got is some Jack Link's Duos, mango jalapeno, beef jerky to keep us rolling. We got our Coke because we love sugar. Cheers, honey. Got my lucky Epica coin now. She's got our comfort tea. I hope all you have your things that help you get ready for Epica, because we have not heard this album from start to finish yet. This is a first time reaction with you. I'm very excited to do this finally.
I'm so excited for this one. We've been waiting to get this done. This box has been sitting in our room for like a day, waiting to be opened, and I'm not good with that. I just want to open it instantly.
Yeah.
So
good patience for Alanna here. We knew we had it planned to react today to have it released on Sunday as y'all are watching it for the first time. If you're watching it after, thank you so much too. We love y'all. If you want to go the extra way to support us, we do have a Patreon as well, so you can get some early releases that way too. And we thank you all for giving us love and support on YouTube the most, though. So here we go, y'all. Aspiral.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Epica TV. We are currently in the Sand Lane recording facility studio. This is where we recorded our album Aspiral.
Wow.
And today we are going to listen together for the first time and tell you some fun behind-the-scenes stories. So, are you ready, guys?
Yeah. Yes.
Bring it on.
Let's do it.
Bring it on.
Press play. DJ?
Who's their DJ?
Where's the intro?
Yeah. Nice. Mark even made the comment here, and really quick, because we were some of the lucky few that got to interview them. What I love is that they still went and did this after all the interviews that they did. They had so much knowledge to give to every individual interviewer, but they have so much things they're going to allude to here. We know that the album itself, I think, is an hour or less, but it's a 2-hour video. They're going to have so much in, and I'm going to not talk this much. I just had to get some of my excitement out at the beginning here, and Mark already making a comment like, oh, where's the intro? It's already starting. And that's something everyone in the comments have been saying as the Epicans, so they're so in tune with what everyone's saying as well. I think that's what makes them such an organic band.
Absolutely.
So
I agree.
I'm going to just restart the actual song itself so we don't kill that vibe, and I'll do my best to not be a fanboy here. It's really hard.
And tell you some fun behind-the-scenes stories. So, are you ready, guys?
Yeah. Yes.
Bring it on.
Let's do it. Press play.
Yes.
DJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the intro?
Intro.
Wonderful. Yeah. No intro.
That was the intro.
Yeah. Nice transition. Epica TV.
Dive into a cosmic sea. Unravel all its mysteries. Navigate our spirits flying higher as we join the endless choir. We all unite. And now we rise, we fly across the divide. Want us to go back in time, change all.
Love this song. Oh, yay, Ari!
Love Isaac's reaction.
Me too. He's our people.
He is.
Time to wander through the mind. Immortal shadows intertwine.
Oh!
Look at his
Do you see?
makeup.
I was gonna say Arya looks nuts.
Cosmic sea. Our hearts infinity.
They all do.
Yeah.
They will align. Give us the sign to fly across the divide. One is to go back in time. Change all moments lost in the tide. Taking back control. Across the divide. One is to go back in time. Change all moments lost in the tide. Taking back control. Across the divide.
Taking back control, y'all. Do-do-do. Yeah. Oh, this is making me sweat so much already. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Here we go. Yeah. The drummer.
Great transition.
Oh, so cool. I never thought this would happen. Yeah, exactly. Brilliant start.
Applaus voor jezelf.
Best song ever.
Weer in je reet.
Where's the intro?
Where's the intro?
I love that it doesn't have an intro. I love it.
Here
I love it.
Really good.
Why?
We
Just
broke a
bomb
pattern.
straight in your face, start show or whatever. Just no
Yes.
intro and just get straight
Go
to
with the
business.
flow.
Go with the flow.
Yeah, it's quite
awesome.
quite an unconventional opening track, I think, for us. But
It is.
I really like it. The energy is really high.
Yeah.
I think it's a happy song. That's to me like it sounds
Yeah.
happy. I like
Taking
it. Gives
control
a good
again.
vibe.
Yeah, it's
Good
very
to start
good
a show or to get things going.
Yeah, I think we broke a pattern
Nice,
here
Karen.
that we decided to go for the unconventional.
And who brought up that idea?
So I guess I dropped the ball, but
He was just lazy.
yeah.
We don't have an intro. Yeah, who needs an intro?
No, it wasn't necessary anyway. Plus the guitar, it's intro enough.
Yes.
Second, yeah, that's the intro.
That's the intro.
See, what I love about this, they had to say this is unconventional for them, where from most metal and rock albums
They
I
just
hear,
get right into
they
it.
get right into it, don't they?
Yeah, it's like if you're thinking Metallica or something like that, they
Opeth.
usually just Opeth.
Like Cult of Perdition to start, right?
Yeah.
Like, so like this type of a song, that's what I just love them, because they're always so unconventional, but then to be more normal, they had to become unconventional for them. And that's really, really cool.
I loved while watching this reaction as well, seeing Isaac and Kuhn's interactions together.
Definitely.
Especially when there was that moment when Kuhn was putting the keyboard, his keytar over his head and like doing like very same as Isaac was doing that with his guitar, being very like fluid, almost like water, like waves.
Yeah.
And then they were like giggling and poking at each other during those moments in the music video. in that little small screen. So if you're focusing on them, you can see them like kind of
The whole time, absolutely.
playing back and forth. So like I love their relationship and everything that they have together because they're so organic and like you could really see the brotherly love between them.
100%. You can see it through them all too.
Yeah. No, there's no audio.
What the heck? I think I hit mute somehow.
No.
We're good now.
1 second, that's the intro.
Let's little intro.
Got the crap.
So yeah, awesome. Good vibes, good stuff.
Yeah, and I guess also it's a little bit more synth oriented than
Yeah.
usual, so it's maybe a good introduction to the new album. Not that the whole album is full of that, but I like it. That's a different approach.
Different
Yeah,
for sure.
it's actually like I remember this was the main idea for this song came a day before the second writing camp. Actually, I was listening to some Carpenter Brute, Gunship, even like the early '80s Aha and Don Henley kind of stuff. So it was much more of
Definitely 80s feel.
Yeah, very
Synth
80s
pop.
feel.
idea that came up actually, and it was like I thought, like, hey, this sounds pretty
Nice.
catchy. Just started recording. I was actually packing myself already for the writing camp.
Synth
Then
pop.
I had
I'm
to,
glad they
like, I
said
have this
that.
idea in my head. Let's take my laptop and start flamming around a little bit with it. And then actually, I guess the first day, it was the whole structure of like how it is right now came out, and it was went
Rob's
like
cool.
in a blink of an
Love
eye.
Rob.
Good job, man.
Yeah,
Thank you, you two guys, you two.
usually
No, but-
that works best, right? If it just from beginning to end just
Yeah.
comes out, nothing overthought or
Strong melody.
And just like you said, it is, the idea behind it was actually just to make it like a synth pop rock song, basically.
Cool.
That's about it. And then later
But we're a
on,
metal band.
yeah, I know, but
But we're a metal
actually
band.
since the Alchemy project, we already been like kind of breaking the barriers when it
Yes.
comes to the whole
Yeah.
genre thing. Eventually, it'll sound like Epica anyway.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's funny that people, certain people were saying like, oh, this is kind of like a power metal song. Like, I don't have one single power metal record in my collection, so it doesn't make sense.
power metal. No more. Sometimes I feel
I definitely don't see them as power metal people.
No, but that's really interesting what he's saying. It's like it doesn't matter what genre we try to do because we have been pushing the barrier and the boundaries with genres for so long that
No
it'll
kidding.
just sound epica at the end of the day. And then it's also cool to find out that Rob doesn't have a single power metal album in his collection, but
Very
then
interesting.
somehow while making the idea to make a synth pop album somehow made a symphonic power metal song.
Yeah, because maybe they didn't realize how close they really were together the whole time. And take it from
Yeah.
us, we went to Nightwish and Epica and Arian to start, and we somehow got blended into pop and synth pop type of music.
Yeah.
And we actually have seen the connection of people loving metal going into that. So
Specifically symphonic metal going into
Exactly.
synth pop and even K-pop and
makes sense, right?
EDM. We even saw like Sharon sang with I think it was Armin van Buuren or someone like
It was
that
from Within Temptation there.
from
yeah.
Within Temptation. So it's really cool to see how just like what Rob's saying there, how all of these genres mix into one another but then create such a beautiful playlist, and just like what they've created here with a 80s synth pop inspired song just still sounded like Epica without an intro.
Yeah, and I'm getting nervous because we're only 7.5 in, and there's so much to say because they're talking. So I'm gonna get this out of my system right now too. The reason why I'm also giddy is they have Patreons. In case y'all don't know, you can go on to Epica Universe, and you also can become a Smoonie, so you can go and join Simone's there. And when I was talking to Simone, she actually was a little thrown off and didn't quite understand the reactions.
Yeah.
And she actually mentioned that. So to see it full circle now that she's reacting to a full album and understanding the power behind that and the connection you get with the fans makes
so
me
cool.
very happy to know that even bands can understand that if they did this for their fans,
How listening party reactions.
yeah, it's
really-
so smart.
So smart. I
Yeah.
love this. I love this concept of what they've done here.
Epica TV.
Epica TV.
Fear Factory or
Yeah. There's a little bit
Fear
industrial here and
Factory.
there, but and recording wise, this was actually
Which they
on
covered.
one hand it sounds like a pretty simple song, but it was pretty much working. in the
Yeah,
studio.
it's faster than you initially think.
yeah.
to get it right. Yeah, so it was a tough one.
Yeah, especially with downstrokes
Yeah,
and
and
stuff.
to hold on the energy level. Indeed. Yeah.
Yeah, it was-
Yeah, it's very heavy.
It seems easier than it sounds.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's good.
Yeah.
We had to work hard for
But
this
also
one.
because you recorded, all things together in this room.
Yeah.
That makes it also different. Also because there's a lot of details. It sounds really easy, but I think especially in the rhythm section, it's quite full of details, right?
Yeah, and you have to
I
keep
wouldn't
that
know.
energy. It's an energetic song, so you want to have that energy. So
You have to already kind of like, you have to be really warmed up for this one.
Yeah,
If you want to kick in right with
Really?
the right
Okay.
energy, and you have to maintain that through the whole song.
Yeah.
I remember like one of the first times that we played, we already thought like, oh, this is going to work. And you said, you guys still need to rehearse a little bit and
Wow.
really have to get into that. And it's quite a challenge to keep that same vibe and energy going on through the whole song. So
Yeah,
Can't
it's a
wait
very-
to see how you do live.
but I think that's the good thing about this one. I think this is going to be a good like adrenaline pump for on stage.
Wake up call.
I guess
Yeah.
some
You
guys
got that
they,
right.
they run for 20 rounds around the venue, and then we hit the stage, and then maybe we do too.
Yeah, that sounds like an
Pumped
idea.
up.
don't call me.
Don't call me.
Oh, I'm sure.
Definitely this one needs some warm up for the headbanging. Because I remember from the video shoot that I had really literally 1.5 months the neck pain.
Yeah, but you
Oh
went
my God.
nuts. You went nuts. I was like,
We were just standing rocking out. He's like, what the hell is he doing over there?
He was happy to be able to perform again.
Yeah.
And,
But
cool.
I got the consequences for 1.5 months.
That's hilarious.
Headbangers
sometimes when I'm
whiplash.
driving the car and then
Sorry,
I
what,
looked-
honey?
Sorry, headbangers whiplash.
Yeah, we know Isaac sure knows all about that.
Yeah.
That's why he's like, dude, calm down. We don't need two of us out.
You'll have to headbang back from your waist.
1.5 months.
Yeah, I sometimes have that when I'm driving the car and then I look to the left or the right and then I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I do have some headbanging damage, but
No
But
kidding.
I think it's also a good gym song, and that's also kind
Yeah.
of like the
Very good gym
the vibe that I
song.
had in mind. I remember like the original like working title was "This Is the Night," and that was really like meant like basically driving in your car at night
Exactly.
and feeling that energy pumping up, and that's how I kind of envisioned this as well, like almost like a gym
You
song
got it
basically.
right.
People are going to speed
Well
up.
done.
Yeah,
yeah.
You're gonna cause a lot of speed tickets.
Yeah.
we
Well,
have
there
to
you
pay
go,
for
yeah.
those. Or we should maybe make new Epica leggings. Cross the divide.
They're
I
like,
love
wait,
that.
Feel a hole in the market coming up.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we had those during the holographic principle. But
I'd buy those.
You need to
cycling
get
outfits,
that.
We can do some more Epica leggings.
Oh, please.
I need Epica leggings to run away from the speeding tickets.
Yes, you do.
With a nice butt lift.
We'll cross the speed line.
Well,
Crotch the
this is
divide.
going perfect.
Cross the divide.
Yeah, the lyrics, little explanation. Cross the divide is basically about going back in time, trying to undo certain things you did in your life, or taking different decisions to change the course of the future. And a movie that inspired me also for this lyrics was Interstellar.
You got that
We
right.
can go on.
We
to the
just
next
watched that.
We did.
Makes total sense. I love it.
Arcana.
Oh, here we
The
go.
first
Love this
single.
one.
Heard first here.
Jump the fuck.
It feels eternal when you're close to me.
So good, this one.
A bird without its wings cannot be free. Your spirit feels a cold embrace that slowly fades. Rise, I see a future bright and crystal clear. Be brave, aim higher, and don't disappear.
Glad they zoomed in on that.
I love when he's doing that. Such a drummer.
He is.
Yeah. I hope they talk about that outfit.
I love the outfit.
Yes.
And through the pain and tears we truly feel, you'll find a way through chaos and all fear. No soul denies a cemetery that's
They know who each one is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your wings will catch the wind and set you free. Cast off the weight and dreams will reappear. A king and queen, ride on eternally, forever free. And in the dark I see you hiding from the light. Your destiny that returns
Ah, goosebumps everywhere.
until the end of time.
Let's go. Boom, do. Oh shit. Yes. Oh.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They love this breakdown.
How do you not? Oh my god, that one gets me every time.
Great song.
Love
Really
that
very
song.
Oh man, I was getting emotional there just from the moment.
Yeah.
If you're at the symphonic synergy and you get to experience that there too, the best thing about bands is it's honestly the live experience, and what they can perform live is some of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. Now they're doing all these extra things that just adds to the cherry on the cake that is their live performances. But that's getting to see them this year after a spiral. Y'all are very lucky if you're gonna go see them performing, and definitely go if you have a chance.
This is gonna be epic. Like it's I don't want to make the joke and be making
Do it
fun of
again.
it again. It's epic. Like, oh my god.
We need one of them in here.
One of them per reaction. But like this song gives me goosebumps. It definitely gives me like that. Once it started playing and I heard it for the first time, I was like, oh my god, what is this? I need to listen to this all the time.
Definitely, and it hit. I think it hit a lot of people, like the Skeleton Key did too, and all
It did.
that. It was a
Having
game
the
changer.
children's choir and everything in it as well really helped added to that Skeleton Key vibe.
And I love the themes that they're always talking about: gaining the power back from your past and living in the present right now to help your future. And let's keep going because they give so much feedback after every song too. It's incredible. We're so lucky.
I love Simone's throne.
Great song.
She's on a
Very
throne.
impressed.
First single?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the second song on the album was our first single.
And we all agreed that this would be our first single.
Yeah.
Everybody voted for this song.
Smart.
Actually, I think from the demo stage already, it had a good resonance with everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I
think-
love the chaos at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I love the
And it has all
chaos
the
at the
Epica
end.
elements, I think, but it also has some new elements. Like there's also some synthy stuff in the verses, and I'm
Yeah.
really happy how the backing vocals turn out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to was so great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, like for instance, the verses, they are like probably the most minimalistic verses we ever done before. It's kind of like how I envisioned it. For instance, was like a little bit inspired by bands like Editors or Interpol, almost like indie rock kind of like very minimalistic, very. You also sing quite dark in it as well.
Yeah.
Especially remember the first time we did a demo, you sing even lower. It's you almost sounded like the singer of Editors in a
Well,
way.
it was because it was early in the morning, probably.
Yeah. Also that probably no coffee yet.
We started very early in the morning during our writing sessions. But
Yeah.
when I listen to this song, I have now so many memories already because
Exactly.
the first time, of course, in the writing camps, then recording it here in the studio, then we did the video, which was a lot of fun with
We
all
already
the
performed it.
flying. I was really flying.
That's
The
cool.
introduction of Kevin.
Yeah, the Kevins.
Yeah,
Meet
the
the
Kevins.
Kevins. Everybody's Kevin. And
Everybody's Kevin.
also, no, they don't know who it is. Everybody's Kevin. Everybody can be Kevin.
It's our tour manager.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Just puts
I'm
it out
Kevin
there.
Too, so, and then we had the Symphonic Synergy where we performed the song for the first time
See,
live,
that's it.
and
Yeah.
in all its glory, together with choir and orchestra, and
And the
Like
kids.
Simone just said. And
that
the
was
kids.
very exciting
Yeah.
to play this song live, and
Life-changing.
it works really well live. I think
It does.
Yeah.
it's a great live song and
Great live
super
song.
catchy. So can't wait to continue playing the song live.
Well said.
Yeah, and the chaos in the end, I remember
And
that
the
it was
chaos
already
in the end.
chaotic, and then in the end we decided to add the grunts.
Yeah,
To make it
Yeah.
even more chaotic. To
love
add to the
it.
chaos.
Yeah, there was something like when the bridge was finished, I was thinking like, okay, where can we go with this song? Like, should we do like another chorus? But that's kind of too obvious.
It
And then I
was.
had this crazy idea, like we were already kind of experimenting with new elements for this album anyway, like also different subgenres and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I thought like, wouldn't it be cool to be almost sounded kind of like, almost like a deathcore kind of end, like also with the insane bass drum patterns, for instance.
It's like what
I remember
Opeth
looking at
does
you, looking at,
sometimes.
what the hell are you
Absolutely.
doing over there? Like, how do you envision that? But then you came with this really cool pattern also to do it
Yeah,
with
he got
the
that
toms
right.
and
He
everything
had
to
to
kind of
keep
fill
up
it
with
up.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
If it would
fills were
only be
amazing.
chaos,
Yeah.
I couldn't play it. But with the toms in between, then it's even more chaotic.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it was a good solution. I think.
Yeah, it really builds up to this.
Do it, honey.
almost like
Anytime you
Pandemonium.
want, Stuart.
I really like what he was just saying there about if I didn't add the toms in the middle with the film, then I couldn't play it, but the toms made it more chaotic. But because it was more chaotic, it was easier to play.
Oh, I totally get that. Sometimes I only can play on expert opposed to hard because you
Yeah.
actually need to hit those extra ones to
It's
keep
the
in the rhythm.
inertia.
Exactly. Just go with it and roll with it, and that's what he's saying. I love starting this
Yeah.
album with just rolling with it too.
Because he's like, you get into it. And what's really cool is we have heard, I can't remember exactly what song it was, but we did a reaction where Simona was saying that he has like batteries up his butt. He's got so much energy.
Yes, he does.
And it's crazy that he's also the one that mentioned running 20 laps around the venue.
Him and Mark are the
before-
runners. That's
Him
for
and
sure.
Mark are the runners who would be like, yeah, we'll run 20 laps and then we'll be warmed up enough to play this song first. And Simone and everyone else just looked at them. They're like, I'm out, you know, but it's
I
like,
get it. I'm the guy who does laps in the soccer field before the game.
yeah. And so you are. And so you can really relate to him being able to say, like, I needed to make this harder just so I could play it easier.
You got that right.
And you can see that even when he's like tapping his knee, how he's keeping beat just during this reaction. He is saying completely calm, but he's still moving.
There's so much energy
There's
in
so
there.
much energy. He's
Yeah.
like, so he's really cool. I'm really glad we're getting to like meet them so in depth right now.
I've never seen Aryan this open, and he's really coming out. And for us, like, we just love knowing people too. And I think what's cool is Kuhn usually performing is really like, what would you call it? Like eccentric?
Eccentric?
Yeah, in a way, eccentric. And Aryan's looking the most eccentric in front of his friends right now too. So you love those guys who are quiet in groups, but really, if you get them broken down, they are the biggest chatterbox there is.
Absolutely.
Has amazing ideas. You get to hear how much he's bringing ideas to the songs too. Such a cool writing camp
Same
that
with
they did.
Rob.
Yeah,
We don't hear a lot from Rob, but like Rob's the one who's doing a lot of the talking. He's very comfortable with in the reaction
you got that right. That space.
style in the space. It's really cool that they're doing this reaction in the studio where they recorded it, because that's going to adds a whole nother layer to
It does.
where they're at is their location.
This is history in the making.
History in the making. It's cool to hear Rob talking, especially about how much of the writing that he actually does on the songs, how much that he's really inputting on a lot of the songs. We know he's written quite a few in the past, but it's cool to see it. It makes it physical, it makes it real and tangible.
You can see how much he likes to use Simone's voice too,
Absolutely.
right? And you can see their connection's really strong.
Yeah.
It was a good solution, I think.
Yeah, it really builds up to this almost like pandemonium.
Yeah.
I
Pandemonium.
love Pandemonium.
Yeah, remember that we
then
had
it's
the
like,
video
sync.
shoot and we were discussing about your bloody black liquid coming out of your mouth. But I think, it was salmiakki.
Salmiakki.
Coffee
Pity I
syrup.
couldn't drink it.
Oh,
Yeah, too much black
Coffee
coffee.
coffee syrup, nice.
But I like it. I think that the music and the visual fit together really, really nicely. Yeah, you did a great job acting. I'm very impressed by your acting skills.
Wow.
I improved. When you look back in the days, the Phantom Agony or acting.
I was gonna say we're there right now.
Can you insert the
You guys so true.
little phantom agony now? Okay, good.
And we even look better now and younger, right?
Yeah, I had problems with my eyebrows. I couldn't control
Y'all
them.
look great.
Still can't. Well, I'm learning how to control my eyebrows. I just put a lot of makeup on my eyebrows, and you don't see them that they're moving all the time. Shall we continue to the next song?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we can't.
Honey.
I love that she said she can't control her eyebrows, so she's like, when she's trying to be stay something, be calm, but her subtitles come out her face.
Yeah. No, okay.
Which one is the next song? I
don't
forgot
know.
already.
Darkness Lies in Light.
Ah, okay.
That's right.
Good.
Nice.
We can refresh our memory
I have the
now.
whole album
Good
Yeah.
job,
in my
Mark.
head.
It's been a while, so.
Intro?
Finally an intro.
Yeah, finally.
Wow.
It should be the first song on the album.
Most of us are new.
Everybody hands in the air. And up. And then we go start to the left.
Nice. Look at her. Isaac. Oh, come on. Good job, honey.
I'll keep going. Okay, now I stop.
Good job.
We are the masters of creation. We are the architects of life. Forever longing for our hearts to intertwine. You are the space between the lines of life's design.
Ooh. He comes in quick on this one. Sick groove.
It's a great song.
It's so good. Bing, bang, bang. Sick. Oh, I love this groove.
Oh, I was wanting this.
Yeah. The back and forth. Woo! Goosebumps again. love the chanting. Woo! Yeah, I knew it.
Love the speed up.
Oh, go. Yes, keep it going. Yes! Dun. Oh, come on! Dun. Yes, keep it going! Yes, let's go!
Yes.
Nice. Now bring it all together. Oh, Epica.
Oh, the horn line.
Do-do-do-do. Dun. So progressive, this one. I love it. Wow. So glad they got a song like this.
Yes.
Oh, come on, yes. Dun. Yes. Come on! Now I get it. Now I get it. Oh. They are perfect.
Where to start with this one?
Yeah, that's what we also thought when you came with the idea for the song. Yeah.
This was a tough nut to
And that
crack.
Isaac worked till deep in the night on it.
Yeah, I
Yes,
couldn't
Isaac.
sleep because at 1
Please, honey.
a.m. in the morning.
I wonder if this is the one Isaac was working on when we interviewed him.
I don't know because I was thinking the same thing. This one really stretched out the whole band, but like that moment really brought out Isaac for
Yes,
sure. I'm
it
really
did.
glad that Mark was mentioning that right off the bat. Simone's high note there too. I'm gonna hold this every time I get flabbergasted by a new song. Not gonna say it's my favorite song because every new song becomes your favorite song, but I'm giving it that stamp of approval because when you listen to Arcana and Cross the Divide, those are really good
They're
songs.
really good
But if
songs.
you think the whole album's gonna be like that, you might not think a song like this, progressively metal, almost like a Dream Theater moment at the end type of feel, was gonna be coming. So for us loving like Opeth and Dream Theater and the longer type of songs that progress through a lot of moments, this one really hit all the bars, all the ticks.
It really did. And the thing that I really liked about this one is it gave me very much like an Omega kind of vibe, like
Yeah.
back in that time.
Just the last
And,
album?
Like, is that the last album?
Yeah,
Omega?
yeah.
Oh, okay, crazy. But it's like it's a lot more darker. Kingdom of Heaven kind of vibe would be like what I would say with this one. Without
Exactly.
it being Kingdom of Heaven, it's its own thing. I really like the
Diversity of
the
it, right?
diversity of the song, how heavy it goes, how crazy the percussion, like the drums that Arian are doing, are just insane.
I know it.
It's like one that you can even you get right into it right away. Even that finale on the song, you could feel it coming.
You wanted it to
correctly.
come,
You
right?
wanted it to
And
come.
then it
You were
did.
waiting for it, and then it came, and it came correctly. So you were satisfied. So like even when you're listening on a first listen, or if you're them and you've known it, you're even doing the all right cut
Yeah.
right at the end because you're fully satisfied with it. And I love the rope of synth that is being
Nice.
woven throughout this whole album, because you can feel that the synth is kind of something that they're playing with every song that is uniquely Epica, but has that little bit of an additive kind of synth pop, like what Rob was saying there, that they've kind of been weaving and playing with, and like
Absolutely.
seeing how they can adapt it into their own music.
Because I think it's just so catchy and it's such a good vibe, and I think that's what Kuhn was mentioning is like that maybe they did realize the synth was going to bring such a nice vibe too, but we already get such a good vibe with Epica. Adding that as another ingredient, now we're just like thrilled the whole damn time, even though I think you all were no matter what. But like you say, Omega was the last one, but it has been a nice gap between
It
when
has
that
been
has
a
come
nice
out,
gap.
and we've waited so long for this that it feels like it's been forever. And
It does.
and are doing album by album reactions to Epica right now too. So this is really cool to get a full album reaction for y'all right now. And that was a new song for us. That's why we wanted to get our little 2-piece in before they go and let us know what the song's really about.
Morning, you were still.
No, I think I worked with this one. I did at home.
I did at home, yeah.
Yeah, but the chorus came.
He did it at home.
He did. Maybe it was the one that he was doing.
If you haven't seen that interview, we'll bring it up.
Really late, like the definite chorus came.
Yeah, because you said that the initial chorus didn't do it for you, and then I was thinking also, yeah.
Then you started doubting.
And then a whole
Then he
new
did it
chorus
fine.
we
But the
created.
chorus now, I think is really catchy, and I think I love.
Then
the
I
vibe.
thought, of course.
But it has this, I think it has a more like a traditional Epica vibe, like that the choir sings along with the chorus. I think it's nice.
Very uplifting. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
has a good pulse.
And it got faster.
Yeah.
Slightly faster.
Also,
true,
yeah.
I liked how
Your
it picked up.
initial ID was a little slower.
Yeah, it was 190 BPM, and this is 200.
Wow.
Oh wow.
What he said.
That's a pickup.
I believe
I
it.
ought to know those things.
And finally some orchestra again. So it's good that we could go all out with the orchestra in the beginning. Really love the idea of the intro. And,
Yeah.
I think it works well with the real orchestra. It sounds really good.
Yeah, definitely.
It was also very cool to hear in Prague when they started to play this one. That was
Nice
actually also
right
one of the
after
coolest
Arcana.
moments. But I also remember the original was way more complex than this one already was. This is also a cool example of like leaving out things. I mean, there's still when I hear it now, still there's a lot of things happening. But this, first it was
minutes.
yeah, but we wanted to bring the tradition of 10-minute songs plus.
Thank you.
Now people think it's a 7-minute song, but still it's 7 minutes 59. So I call it more like an 8-minute song.
I love that because all those questions you have, they remembered and they're answering. This is the perfect thing to watch.
Feels like 20. No. No. I think this is also, we also noticed when we were recording in the studio, this one went much faster eventually than we thought it would, because Joost said like, well, this kind of feels like regarding
Shout out to
information in
Joost.
it, we'll probably need like 2 song take for it or something like that, but it went pretty quickly because it has very good flow into it.
And I
very
remember
good
when
flow.
we showed this song for the first time to Sasha Pitt, because he listened to all the songs to get some fresh opinions. He was after the mid-part, what is this?
What is this?
But when I hear it back, it doesn't seem like a long song or anything.
It
it's-
doesn't.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it feels
I can't believe that was 8
still
minutes.
feels rather shortish.
It didn't feel
and
like 8
very
minutes.
compact.
Not at all.
Actually.
Felt like 4.
It doesn't feel forced. That's the good thing about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Very
also
natural.
what we were aiming for. And so
It's not forced.
if anything is too long, we cut
Strip
it
it
out
down a bit.
and just go back to what really a song needs. And then
Well done.
there's no need for a 10-minute song if you can leave 2 minutes out and make it
I'm
better.
with you.
Absolutely.
I've heard many people say even the Kingdom of Heaven should have been a little shorter for that reason.
Well, when you're a good storyteller, then this is something we've often talked about with storytelling, conversation, dialogue, whatever it is. But when you're a good storyteller, you tell your story in less words.
Yeah,
Which is something
absolutely.
that I'm also trying to work on myself because I
Because
talk
he's
a
writing
lot.
a book.
And I'm writing a book. So like what he's saying with this is like we can make it shorter and then it feels like a 4-minute song when it's an 8-minute song because it goes through so concisely.
Totally.
And like that's so I love what he's saying here, and it really shows just how good of a storyteller he really is.
Even in YouTube titles, when you're making a video, you have 100 characters you can use.
Yeah.
Don't use all 100 characters.
And if you're gonna use all
Traditionally,
100 characters,
It's not going to
tell
be
a
the
good
best.
story.
Yeah, then make sure you do it right, but you probably could tell the story in 65 or less is all.
Exactly.
And that's kind of the sweet spot, I would say. So everything in moderation, and that's so cool how much they're evolving themselves.
And
So
that's
self-aware.
also like in the interviews that we had with Simone and Isaac, the thing that they really touched on was like the ego. And by even making a 10-minute song into an 8-minute song, by being able to cut the fat in a sense, is showing that cutting the ego as well. You don't have to throw all these extra whirls and twirls into it if it makes the song better by maybe not showing off that crazy thing that you wanted to do because it leads better and it's not forced.
I agree, and to not force it anymore.
And I think we really succeeded with this one with that. So it could have been longer than it necessarily needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And,
But first, I agree with Rob. Like the initial idea was more overall complex, and I think the initial one was shorter, and then the bridge was all the information is in the bridge, let's say,
is.
or like the odd time signatures and stuff like that, and all over the place. And I think, it needed that to balance the rest of the song, in my opinion.
But it was also with the main theme, like that. Like originally it was way more complex, but those notes were so catchy. So like we have to keep that simple.
We sung
then
to
we
it
set
during
already
it.
on that, and you came up with here some bars out, and then there's a better flow, and that really helped already a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this song is a proof of great teamwork, I guess.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody
Yeah.
jumping in at their strong suits.
I think if you compare the first version to this version, it's almost like a new song.
But it already had a few very good elements into it, so that's eventually brought it to this one. So,
and about the title, Darkness Dies in Light, and the world, chaotic world we're living in today, because it seems to get crazier by the day sometimes.
Yep.
It's dealing about that whatever darkness there is, it's dying in light. So
Yeah.
if you still make your day bright and have a good time with each other,
Like we have all the time.
like we
Yes.
have all the time, even after
now.
almost 25 years.
What is darkness?
No kidding.
What is it?
Anyway, we
Great.
can all switch this around. So it's partly about that, also partly dealing about the birth of my daughter, which also for me was a great experience.
No
And there's a
kidding.
little reference to the Etna in it.
Really?
People will be able to find it, I guess,
So we have to. You're not gonna tell us now, because I don't know.
I know.
because the Etna erupted
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
right at the moment my daughter was born.
Oh yeah.
And
Yes.
I looked later on, looked back the
Very
exact time. It was
cool.
precisely that time. So my daughter was
Crazy.
born and the Etna erupted.
There
so I
you go.
thought there has to be a reference.
That is
Or
so
false.
cool.
It's a
Why don't you call
sign.
your daughter Edna?
Yeah.
Could have been.
Yeah,
Gonna be
that would be
an
great name.
expensive pyro effect on the live shows.
Pyros.
I have to sit on a volcano then during that song.
You do.
Yeah, that's why we didn't do a single for this song like Nuclear Blast wanted, but
I
we
bet
had to
they did.
record it then on the Etna.
Actually, a good idea.
Wow. That's a
good
good
idea.
I already also see a little bit of a link with the artwork with this song as well, like the comparison also where Haiti worked on with the Copernicus, where like he's reaching out from the darkness towards
Yep.
the
Yeah,
sun,
yeah.
and when I hear the song, I always think of that image.
Yeah, that's how
They're
some
so
things
wise.
also came together. While it initially wasn't meant to be like that, but somehow there was a flow that all things, like a puzzle, solved. That there's many more things on this album that you will hear later on that was such a coincidence, but also
Wow.
not a coincidence if you don't believe in coincidence.
Yes. Well, like we've all heard. I don't know if you've heard, but like Mark Twain came in with Haley's Comet, and then he actually passed away right after Haley's Comet came back again.
70 years.
Yeah, like 74
Yeah,
or
I've heard
whatever it
about
was.
that.
So like it's if you believe in coincidences or not, I think the main thing he is saying is just like focus on the light, y'all. And I think that's what they really
Yeah.
help all of us do.
I literally have a tattoo that says this.
Yeah,
And my
absolutely.
because I have a tattoo that I got to remind myself, and it says, "If you focus on the darkness, it is all you will ever see. If you look for the light, you will often find it." Which is just right there. So it's right where I can see it, where I can remember it at all times. And that's all what this song is saying as well. It's like darkness dies in light. So if you're focusing on the darkness, you're just going to be stuck in it. But if you look for the light, you'll be able to kill the darkness, because darkness dies in light.
Look at your kids, y'all. If you're
Yeah.
blessed enough to have some kids, that sure can make you feel better.
Exactly.
Let's take some coffee
That makes
first.
sense.
We're getting
Like
deep
it was meant to be if you go with the flow.
Yes.
There you go.
with the flow of the volcano.
Yeah, also the flow with the volcano.
And some cool drumming of Ari.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice try.
Nice try. Yeah.
Nice try.
Yeah,
One
since
taker.
he's
And
the
thankfully,
only
you still
drummer.
have you also can.
And now
Ari has so much energy from drumming that he caused the volcano to erupt when Eric's daughter was born.
playing live, that's always the interesting part. But,
Oh, you did it also
can
in
do
the
it.
studio,
Yeah.
kind of live-ish.
yeah.
Of course.
So
I think it's a good total Epica song. Like it has
Yeah,
everything.
it is.
It's like
That's what
has
you were trying to
things
say,
from the
right?
past,
Yeah.
things from now. It has all the elements. It's a little bit longer. It has good groove, but it has also prog elements.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
No guitar solo.
which is good.
Yeah, we have a couple more songs coming up where
The
you
whole
can
mix part
shine.
sounds like a guitar solo.
yeah.
The whole song
If
sounds like a
guitar
solo.
It would have become again this 10-minute song because
got
your guitar solos initially are always pretty long.
But like Mark said, it was meant to be like this.
There you go. No
Mark
coincidence.
Anthony that just brought up again.
Next song.
They bring up so much history, so much politics even. They bring in philosophy. They bring in great music. That's why they're the
I
best.
love how they razz each other too. It's so much fun.
It's so much fun, and because we want to also be good parents, we're going to go check on our kids very quick. If you want to take your second to go relieve yourself or refill yourself, now's the best time. We thank you, y'all. Be right back. Y'all, like I said, we had some beef jerky. We're on a different one, Jack's Link Sweet and Hot, because Honey's over here ended up eating almost the whole bag on it. But
It was really good.
the funny thing is, I don't know if y'all ever seen this. It's a do not eat package that goes in beef jerky to keep the stuff fresh. The funny story about this, and why I always laugh, and I thought she was trolling me because she left this here for me, is when I was in Japan, y'all, it didn't say do not eat for me because it was in Japanese. But I thought this was seasoning for beef jerky. I don't know why beef jerky doesn't have seasoning. But I sprinkled that shit all over it, ate the whole thing. Then the teachers found out and were like, oh my god, you're gonna die! Go to the washroom and drink water! I'm like, what? I'm like in Japan, I'm like about to go home to Canada. So that's always the funny joke with beef
Especially
jerky.
when I leave them out on the table in front of him.
Don't eat the package, y'all. Don't eat all the jerky, hon. We need to get through this.
I just had a couple of pieces and some crumbs. That's all.
Okay. Well, let's put on the headphones then.
Hides. But I'm really excited because I wanted to say before we get into this one that when Mark is growling, it makes me want to growl. And even in that last song when they had like the Beauty and Beast growling with Mark over Simona,
Back and forth is amazing.
the back and forth is amazing, and the like not harmonizing, but the on top of each other, where Mark's background growls are complementing her singing at the same time. That's something that I love. I love how they layer that together.
Thoroughly enjoyed this. I think it's so cool that they gave over like an hour bit of content on top of the album for us. I know if y'all been a part of our channel before, when we went live into the Omega live reaction, when we did a 4-hour reaction for that, when it was a 2-hour type of a thing, we all know what that's about. So this one might be a 4-hour reaction as well.
I'll try not.
I know y'all are okay with that because you're here for the interactions too. So let's keep it going. On to the next one.
What's the next one?
There's no guitar solo. Oh.
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 Oh, yes.
Another intro.
Isaac's ready. Obsidian Heart. Oh. They just got an official lyric video out for this.
It's heavy.
It is. Vermilion feel.
Very Vermilion like.
Ooh. Nice lyric.
Love that.
If you experience things with your hands, EPICA'S the best.
It sure is. Oh, Rob.
You think that, yeah, this feels like a Rob song too.
Yeah.
You feel it. Oh, yes!
Yes.
Oh, you feel every hit. I just want to stomp. Ooh, ethereal right now, eh?
Very. Yes.
Oh, Simone killing it. God, goosebumps everywhere again. Oh my gosh.
Wow. And like the way that she dissipates like smoke.
That's pretty obscure stuff.
Oh my god, that's just I love those ones. Like it felt like a Rob song that was the foundation maybe from him. We could be wrong. They'll let us know.
But the bass line as well, like this is such a very
Thick.
Rob heavy song, just with how thick and heavy the bass line is. All those downstrokes on the bass line itself, it really was dirty. It was really grungy in that feel, kind of like the end.
Had like a genty feel.
It had
even a bit.
almost a bit of a genty feel to it. I love this. I really like dark, heavy,
Oh yeah, this is
bass
so up our alley.
heavy
Yeah.
songs. Like there's a band that I quite like that has two bassists, right? So and like no guitarists. So like I really love these really heavy bassy songs because of how it gets into your soul and like
And the title itself, Obsidian Heart, like obsidian is one of those like minerals that are
it's
very
a glass.
sharp.
It's volcanic glass.
Absolutely too. So it's keeping in that same kind of trend that they're talking about with the fire and all that too. But it's like if you're thinking of your heart being that, like that's just a sharp heart and you're being too sharp. I think that's kind of what I
Yeah.
was taking out of it and what you become through the pain of maybe your history and all that too. Because it's
When
all
you've
about
gone through so
it's all about what
much.
you've gone through and how to get past it. Because I think that's what's cool about this. It's just spiraling to be something past what you're feeling right now and those things that are holding you down and trying to cross the divide to get past it to break that light that you're only focusing on darkness. And it's just such a nice woven album, even though it's not a concept album per se, but that rope, like you suggested, that follows through with every song you feel. But this one really stood out as a different entity, almost like a Rivers type of one, but it felt even harder and heavier too. So it was nice how they somehow even changed what their ballad maybe types would be, where this is a Simone heavy front one where you can hear her voice. An a cappella version of this would still be great too. We just
It
had
would
our
be.
wedding where we used so many great epic songs. This is one that could fit in it too. This whole album can fit in it.
This whole album fits beautifully. I really love Obsidian Heart because, like you said, it's what you've gone through. And when you've gone through so much that it's melted your heart and cooled it into glass.
Yeah, right.
It's fragile, but obsidian glass specifically is like the strongest glass substance known. Like it's insane. It was used for arrowheads and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So like to have a heart made of obsidian is such like no wonder this song is so heavy, so dark, so filled with emotion, and you can like man,
There's life in it.
there's life in it because it's also like a rebirth type song as well. I just want to listen to this instantly right away. Like I'm already while
One of your
listening
favorite
to
ones
it,
so
it's
far?
definitely this is one of my favorites. I'd have to say this is probably my favorite of the album thus far.
Hold it up and show 'em. Yeah, that's the approval. for that one.
So I love this. I already am thinking of people who I'd want to send this to.
That's amazing. Let's hear what they have to think about it.
Stuff.
Then there was silence.
That's pretty obscure stuff. Nice atmosphere.
Very nice atmosphere.
I love it.
Yes,
It's like
the more moodier, darker songs of the album, definitely.
It's still full of major chords. That's what I like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of happy chords, but it's super dark.
Yeah.
That's the contrast.
But that happens a lot also with bands like Alice in Chains do that as well. They work a lot with with major chords, but in the meantime it's dark as hell.
Love Alice in Chains.
Hell yeah.
But I guess this is the only song we recorded in a big room, right? We didn't record this in the studio. It sounds like in the chorus is at least like.
Yeah. I remember also with the mix, I was kind of saying it to Joost, like, I want more reverb. Yeah, but there's already tons of reverb. One said, I need more reverb.
So you had to pay extra.
Yeah, I had to pay extra, of course.
Also, the snare was very dry at first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Also with the demo, it had already like a huge amount of reverb, but that was also the intention because, to a certain extent, what I envisioned with this song is a kind of a continuation of like a song like The Miner, for instance, which also is a pretty moody, dark song
The Miner.
with the
From the
crazy
Alchemy Project.
down-tuned guitars,
sure.
I also
octave
really
lower
liked
than
that
normal.
one.
Absolutely.
And but this has a lot of elements. Since we were experimenting with some new elements, I thought like it would be cool to have a little bit, almost kind of Sleep Token kind of vibe into it here and there, but
Sleep
also
Token.
Hangman's Chair from France, which is more melancholic doom almost. Also with a lot of reverb and such. Very low tuned guitars as well. Yeah, and this.
He can
I was
describe
surprised
so
like, how
well.
quickly you
Very
picked it
good
up also
music
from the
versions.
very small idea that I had in the beginning, and you started singing, and it was like, okay, bam, this is going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
Rob's
we
song.
were, I think
know
it
it.
was the second session, the writing camp. We did 3 sessions in total, and I think this was the least finished of all of them, or the ones we didn't focus on. And then you showed me the song, and I felt a click with it immediately. And you also told me, okay, then in the chorus, you hear this guitar line. That's the starting line of a vocal line. And I think the working title was Into the Madness, if I'm correctly.
No, this was Oracle, but this kind of fitted with the
Oracle.
Yeah,
Oracle.
but I remember we were saying something about Into the da-da. We had that melody, and I started writing the lyric from that idea that Into the Madness, that sometimes you can totally get lost, drown in melancholy, and that you need to, try to dig yourself out of it. And I think then for me, it's Oracle was the working title, but for me it was also Into the Madness because it was the starting line of the working lyrics.
Into the Madness.
And then I switched it to Obsidian Heart because I thought that obsidian is a beautiful stone that keeps all negative energy away. And
Yep.
Even though it was still very dark, of course.
yeah, and it's dark, it's black. Of course, people think it's the darkness. We write a lot about darkness and light, and I thought that the obsidian can protect the heart in a way from not losing yourself in that.
I love that she's into stonework and stuff like that. And
Oh, yeah.
Because I am really into that stuff, and I actually have a obsidian necklace pendant that I have. But
Absolutely.
so it's really cool that she's into that as well.
Good stuff, Andy.
Darkness.
Protecting the heart from
So that's why in the
darkness.
beginning I'm singing Into the Madness, but as the song proceeds, I then say I'm done with the sadness. So
Nice.
the song
Yes.
shifts from the
Tired
depths
of
of
being
despair
sad, too.
up into
Yeah, and that's also what you hear, like the minor and the major chords intertwining, and
Absolutely.
also in the bridge you have the very heavy bridge, but then you have the kids choir as a contrast.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, I
becomes
love
really
the
cool.
kids'
the heavens
choir.
open up.
Yeah, and then they stay, the guitars go away, and then the chorus comes in again. And I love in the chorus how the choir interacts with the vocals. They don't sing along, but they sing in between.
Supportive in a way. It helps lifting
I
it
always
up.
like that when there are like these melodies are kind of like almost contradictory, working against each other, but they complement each other as well.
Yeah.
And it works really well here also because like it's not a fast song, but you can really have those changes and you can hear them. It's really nice. Love it.
And I still don't know how to place the song. Like, is it the ballad or is it the heavy song? Because it's both.
It's a heavy ballad.
It's a heavy
almost like,
ballad.
Very heavy ballad,
It's,
exactly.
it's
Love
like a
it.
heavy ballad,
Yeah.
because the focus is like on the vocals and the story of the vocals, let's say.
Yeah, it's very raw.
Yeah.
I mean, the verses are very open and like I'm almost singing into your ear, and in the chorus it's like all bursting out. I remember the recordings were also intense, and it's always this thing when you put emotion in the singing and the story of the song, and of course you feel the melodies, that you don't tap into it too deeply, because then you get the frog in your throat and it's not sounding as nice as on the album. So, but it's really one of my favorites, definitely this one.
You could also hear, like recently I heard the original demo, like the first take that you did, and it already sounded like almost like a final take, basically, because it already was a good click with your voice.
Yeah.
And that's something I also try to do on purpose, like just to come with a simple verse and chorus to first see if it fits your voice or your emotion, for instance. And if that works, then you know, like, okay, I'm going to finish this song, or else it's not going to work. Then I'm going to throw it overboard.
Yeah, but you keep your verses always very open for many possibilities for me to be free in. But I think you also had that clear idea of a vocal line, because I remember you were singing in the room, like,
Good
okay,
reminiscing
like
on
this
this one
and
for
that,
them.
can you try it?
They
And-
are.
Lol, 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 lol.
Yeah, that's funny, because when the guys have ideas for vocal lines, then they try to sing it, but it's in the guy, you know, it's a different.
That sounds really well.
Yeah, I know. You're a good singer.
Oh, thank you.
But
Wow.
The rest not.
yeah, it's like, excuse me, you have to go an octave higher to sing me the vocal line that they have an idea, because if I sing it in their reach, then it sounds a little awkward. We know what we mean. We all communicate really well, so this song came
At
out.
least we try.
I think this is so cool because all 6 of them still have different genres that they are more fond of.
Yes.
Per se. You and me have different genres that we're more fond of.
Absolutely.
Epica is able to bring all these genres together. So for me, I'm kind of like Isaac on this one. I am like, we need more guitar solos. I'm actually offended that you think they're not needed. I don't have much to say on this song, even though it's great, but it's for you guys, so don't ask about my opinion right now. We just made fun of me saying I wish I had a solo on this, because for me, I think a guitar solo would have fit perfectly in
I think
this
a
song
guitar
too.
solo would have fit perfectly in this song as well.
That's what I'm saying.
I loved how much the bass was coming out, how heavy the bass was, but that doesn't negate how good a guitar solo would be to add on to it.
Guitar solo is storytelling at its finest if done correctly, and I think Isaac's a great storyteller with his guitar
I think so as well.
playing, and especially his solos. I don't think he just does it for needing it to be there. He just does it because I think it fits, because of how well he can bring it out.
With how they've been talking about the darkness of the song, but as well as the melody of the chords that they were playing, the happiness of them, and that's like a juxtaposition of the darkness and the light coming into Obsidian Heart. How amazing would it have been to have that deep, heavy bass that had that amazing reverb on it, but then to have almost like a happy kind of chord, really
A
fast,
soulful.
soulful guitar playing over top of it
Yeah.
in those moments in between the choir singing or different things
Just
like
even have a
that.
moment of 30 seconds or 20 seconds solo either, just to take in the story of what the lyrics are saying, because then that's what the exclamation mark in the sentence is, and that's always what I think the guitar solo
the
is.
guitar solo is
Doesn't
the
take away
exclamation
from the
point.
story, it just gives the emphasis, right?
Regardless if you have one exclamation point or two or whatever, how long the solo is, it's still going to give that exclamation point. It still gives that excitement.
I agree. So that's where I'm having my friend here, Isaac, giving him some love too, because I can see he's not going in a negative feel there, but you can just see how everyone, there is a favorite for every singer
Every
and
genre.
performer.
We
right?
just found out that Rob doesn't have a single power metal album in his collection, which means he doesn't own any Sabaton. How dare he? But you know,
I can understand that's not his style. Look at what he just made.
exactly, and
Right?
this is gorgeous. This is my style. I really love the dark
Token reference.
sleep token style music. That's what I'm all over. But then I also love pop. So like,
And this album has it all.
has it all.
We know what we mean. We all communicate really well. So
Yeah, they
this
do.
song came
At
out.
least we try.
We try. That's all you can do. We try. Next song.
Next try.
Next try.
Single.
I love it.
hoe laat je
Where's my megaphone?
Take off in 3, 2, 1, go!
Ooh, fight to survive.
I like this one.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, not the coin.
Within a heart of joy grow possibilities.
Yeah.
To transcend inflicted boundaries. We will have to move beyond all fears that could pull us down. I try to understand why I can see it all while I navigate through outer space. I hope we survive the fall. We'll need to unite them all. Does peace exist in chaos? Do hearts believe that fate is on our side? Are we unified? The fire burns and purifies.
Such a cool music video too.
Designed to unify. Our spirit is alive. We all fight to survive. I will fight to survive. We must navigate through this complexity while we search for our stability. We'll have to endure it all to find that we're powerful. I try to understand, but I can see it all while surrounded by this emptiness. I bear all the weight of life, walking on fragile sheets of ice. Find stillness in the chaos.
Oh, we all know what's coming.
Our hearts should trust that we can turn the tide. We are unified. The fire burns and purifies. Designed to unify. Our spirit is alive. We all fight to survive. I will fight to survive.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Let us turn the tide. We are unified.
Because we
Yeah. So many off tempos. Oh gosh.
In every moment we will find signs of the divine. In every
All the
heart
Simonas.
beat lies a story. Shine just as we are, be just as we are one. On this journey, our integrity is our great
Yeah.
strength.
Yes. I want those boots.
Designed to unify.
Yeah, Ari. See, look how happy he is
So
now.
happy.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. The Chronicans. The Epicans. Let's go. Ding, 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 ding.
There we are. Interstellar.
Guitar solo.
Yay.
That's
New
a
Kids.
little insider.
Yeah, New Kids.
Yeah.
I love that
Yet
one.
another banger.
Another banger.
I think it's gonna work well live. This one.
Yes, it will.
It's a party.
It's a
First we have
party
to
for
practice
sure.
because I remember that we sweared a lot in the studio with that bridge section.
Yes.
Yeah. And then party, yeah, exactly. Once it flows, it's not a problem at all. But yeah, it's also one of those songs that actually sounds easier than it is.
Yeah, and also just like Darkness, I think a song that needed that contrast in the
You
bridge to
Yeah.
yeah, because it's set up as a party song, let's say, and then
Kinda like a Beyond the
contrast in the
Matrix.
bridge also
Yeah.
when it breaks down, so to speak, with major chords again that sound minor.
Yeah.
Thank you, Koen.
You're welcome. But that's also
That's what
like
friends are for. Eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I had the chords, but I didn't know how to make them sound.
yeah, but also it's like a new thing, right? It's not really like basic chords, it's like a little bit extended. So
I really like that too because we found out Isaac goes at home and like uses his own little mini piano there to kind of make his chords when he's making his parts too.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see like he actually probably got some help from Kuhn. Like, how can I make this certain
These
sound
major
minor?
chords sound minor.
Yeah,
Different ways like that.
Like that's what friends are for. But that's what it's so cool, and that's why you kind of it's great how they put this album out because you almost know you needed Isaac to kind of stand out on the song after that one. If you are
Yeah,
a true
because-
Epica fan, then you're gonna wish you're gonna have moments for all of them.
Because like up until this point, like the last song, which was like 8 minutes, it didn't have a solo, so you're really craving a solo by the time you get another 4 minutes in.
Yeah.
So then to have Isaac come out and just like kill it like that, you even saw in their reaction, they were all waiting for it, and as soon as it happened, they all started air guitaring
They did,
because they knew it was coming.
yeah.
Simone looked amazing.
Yeah, in every
scene,
but this
like,
one for sure.
but she
In the white?
in the white, she reminds me of a stormtrooper. So like, if there was ever like a bunch of Epica clones and they created their own like stormtroopers, it would be Simona dressed
Terrifying.
like that. That would be like the Epica stormtroopers.
Take
in
me
my
over.
mind.
I'm sorry.
And then, but like the other one, when they had like the Simone clone with the Kevins, and they were going through like the portal there.
Yeah.
She looked phenomenal.
Right during the solo.
During
there.
that solo
Yeah.
there, and like I want her boots.
I heard
Those
that
are
too.
amazing.
Yeah.
But like she looks absolutely phenomenal in all of the costumes, and they haven't brought up the costumes yet. They did have that museum where they were even showing all of her different outfits and
All of
things.
them.
So like I will be honest, I was expecting maybe a little bit brought up about her outfits a bit more because they are top notch this album.
I think she would have if the leggings comment went smoother.
That makes sense. She mentioned the leggings, and the guys were just like, "Here we go," just
Crotch the divide and stuff. So
Crotch
she
the
probably
divide.
doesn't like. Yeah, and maybe I could be wrong too, but coming from you, I can see why you kind of want that to be talked about as well.
And
too.
I know she's very proud of her costumes and her makeup, and she's really big into makeup and hair and all
Go
that
to
stuff.
her Patreon then, because
Yeah.
it is loaded with the behind the scenes on the costumes, the makeup, and everything else in between. Should we keep going?
Let's keep going.
but you wanted this vibe.
Yeah.
Like that's basically also pop song vibe, right? That
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
And I think it works well there. Also with Simone's voice, sounds really cool.
Yeah.
As a contrast to the brr, brr, brr. Yeah.
Yeah, and also the fact that there initially was the chorus was there was no vocal line for the chorus initially, and then it changed. But anyway, so because I think the chorus is in 2 parts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember we had kind of like a discussion.
What actually was the chorus?
What is the chorus
Yeah.
actually
Yeah,
like?
what's
And
the
then I
chorus?
remember that Joost once came in. Rob, come over. Yeah. What, in your point of view, if you listen to it, what is the chorus? And everybody had a different opinion about it. I believe.
Wow.
So how I meant it was that it's a A-B sort of thing. You
Yeah.
have 2 parts that
And the
together kind of fit as the chorus, which apparently people didn't get.
That's so cool. He led this
So,
one.
Doesn't matter. It works.
Yeah.
well, I guess.
Eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
Doesn't matter that it
Live
works.
people
I
gonna
like
go
that.
nuts, and then they don't think about chorus.
Exactly.
I wonder how many people, when they listen to the song for the first time, think their
Is it
computer
chorus?
breaks down.
Yeah.
I
like
liked
that
that
part.
That was. I really liked
Yeah,
that part.
there's
the whole
a few
mid part.
pretty cool.
And in that part, if you were watching with the reaction, Rob actually started like punching Mark in the arm when
Did
the
he?
computer broke down.
Nice.
He went boo 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 to
Just timed
Mark
it.
and timed it, and it was really funny.
Cool.
So like, it's really cool again to see their interactions with that, and I love that she loved the computer breaking down moment because I love that too. It was a very like almost like an Armin van Buuren transition, which they've been adding a lot more of that synthy kind of
Totally.
EDM-y style throughout this album, which I've really enjoyed that weave.
It's helping you move a lot, and like Epica already makes you move, but like to add this synth pop type of atmosphere to a lot of these songs, it's gonna make the live events even more magical and lively.
Absolutely. I can't believe since the last time we like took a pause to go check on the kids, it's already been almost another 20,
Almost 30 minutes again.
minutes.
Yeah.
Because this music is so good, it's going by so quickly.
Absolutely, honey.
So-called effects, but we actually play them like that because it almost sounds like scratching, which in a certain extent it is, but on the guitar.
Yeah.
But even that bass drop in the middle, originally I believe it was a sample or something like that, but I actually played it on the bass. And Joost kept it in because I actually did it more like as a joke, but this is because normally a bass drop happens with a synth or some kind of effect. It was like boom.
Yeah,
it's
it works.
cool. Yeah.
So we're
Nice
really
modern
well.
vibe in the bridge
Yeah.
or in the mid part.
Yeah, but also the main theme, like again, synth orientated as well.
Yeah, it's orchestrated, but it's
Mixture.
I for all the things that I wrote for this album, I didn't use orchestra or like violins or stuff like that, or as little as possible, just to get different ideas, and then you translate it again to orchestration.
Luckily, there was a writing camp.
Yeah, exactly. But then you just go from that kind of spectrum, and then you bring it back to what Epica does, and it just changes the way you look at the songwriting, I guess. For me.
But I think that works really well. I also like that to start from a very stripped down version, very basic, like really band orientated, and then let's add the orchestra where it's actually needed.
Yeah.
Because when you start working from the orchestra right away, it's already kind of dense, and there's almost like no space anymore for Simone when the instrumental version is already done. And I think that works. This song also really breathes in my point of view as well.
That's also because we, with the writing camps, we start working on vocal lines immediately, so you can adapt the orchestration on that. So, for instance, in this pre-chorus, the woodwinds contrast the vocal line really well, or complement the vocal line really well. If you would have done it differently, then it would have been full. But now you can actually write on the vocal lines, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I think from all the songs, this one has the more unusual vocal lines being very rhythmic in the verses, which is something that I don't do very often, but it's kind of fun. Also sing a little bit in a lower register.
Yeah, I loved it.
Experiment, just give the song what the song needs, and you had a very clear idea what you wanted for the vocal lines. Also then in the end for the chorus.
I thought this was an Isaac song. That's
This is
so
a
great.
And we
Isaac
recorded a
song.
video for this one as well.
It's a
Great
single,
video.
really.
Yeah.
With or without the cannons?
With what?
was so cold.
With
Yeah,
or
it was so
without
cold,
cannons?
yeah.
With or without you?
Well, by this time it's out.
By this time the video was out.
Spacey
so
Kevin's United.
Yeah, it's,
it was I think it was really the coldest video shoot ever. and can you say wettest?
It's called June
Most
3.
wet? Cold and wet, yeah.
Cold.
Ouch.
Just the way we like it.
Just like Canada.
Yeah, sounds like
Very
home.
wet.
Yeah, for you.
Lyric-wise, this was also had one of these coincidences when I was working at home on the lyrics, and
It's no coincidence.
No, everything is written in stars, Mark.
and then because it's dealing about the overview effect, where astronauts, when they're having this kind of spiritual awakening, when they see the Earth from space, and then they see how vulnerable, how beautiful the Earth is. And I was working on this lyric, and at that moment, there was literally on TV.
While you're up there.
I have a pretty big TV.
Yeah, you have big stuff.
Yeah.
Not just like
so big, it's so big.
How big? Like this?
It's so big.
How big is your TV? No, sorry.
But then there was a movie that ended, and it had the Earth and zooming out. So it was really like having some kind of mini overview effect myself.
You had an epiphany.
Mini spiritual awakening.
You know, the funny thing is, this morning, before we came here, there was an article in my favorite news website about an astronaut who had the overview effect.
Wow.
So there's no
What a coincidence.
Yeah.
There is no coincidence.
The overview effect.
We're all being fed all this information from the universe, and then, it's all...
And then we make songs of it.
Yeah, that's how
We
it
make
goes.
songs of it.
To do something with it.
Ja, daar is anders.
Next one, y'all.
Dat moet eigenlijk.
DJ hit play there. Metanoia. A New Age Dawn. Part 8. Love it.
And DJ's like, okay, shut up.
Exactly. I do that sometimes.
You do.
Oh, come on, yes! Simone's got your same dirty face, honey. That's the one. I love the New Age Dawns. Go bound. Yeah. You see Isaac into this one?
Isaac's really into it.
Nice, Mark. This is a Mark creation.
Yeah.
Oh, this is sick.
We'll find grace or cosmic times together. We can shift the fear aside. With courage as our guide. There's no need to fight the waves Search for the answers in your heart, where echoes fade and dreams depart. Strive and pursue in all you do. Together we are one. Together we are one. Our souls align. Together we are strong. Together we are one heart, one mind, until the
Oh, yes. This is like traditional Epica.
Yeah, it is.
answers in your heart, where echoes fade and dreams depart. Strive and pursue in all you do. Together we are
Yes, another solo. Yeah, what a push.
The trombone.
Yeah. Oh, the horns.
search for the
Wow.
answers in
Love it.
your
I love when they do this.
Where echoes fade and dreams depart. Strive and pursue
Oh, did you see that?
I did.
together we are one. Together
They look very proud of this song.
They're very happy with it.
Together we are strong. Together we are one heart, one mind, until the end.
Oh, cool. Very clockwork.
Yeah.
If you want an intro, you also get an outro.
It's a circle.
I love how that's gonna
You can
blend
start
into
the
the next
song
one.
again. You can loop it forever.
Yeah, no
that was
kidding.
great.
Loop it forever. That's so cool.
I really love this one. If this is a Mark song, I love how Mark is really the traditional person of Epica. You can tell even his series here, I believe it goes all the way back to After Forever. We
Yeah.
know even Simone was so attracted to the sound of After Forever. So you know she loves this type of music as well. And it's really the old school Epica feel. So it's cool to see the differences of when the different band members are kind of behind it. And again, I'm assuming this is Mark's.
Yeah.
And like Isaac kind of was, you can see he's going to give himself a moment for a bit more poppy lyrics, but still having a solo. Where Rob's kind of more, he'll bring in the growl at the end, almost as like an exclamation point.
Yeah.
Mark likes to kind of bring in the growls and the clean together in between and putting in a guitar solo.
Absolutely.
So you kind of get so much different blend with them now going to an actual
Writing
band camp,
camps.
writing camp to actually fully bring out their ideas. Like Kuhn says, like, yeah, you did really good, Isaac. So the band, the writing camp really helped you honed in this song perfectly.
It really did.
It's hard
And
to make a song if you don't know how to.
And you can see how well the writing camp did for all of them, even like on a friendship level, because they're all living in different locations now. They
Yeah.
don't see each other as much anymore.
No kidding.
So having that writing camp where they all got to go together and bring what they've created to the camp and share it and then work on it and combine it, you can, because I believe this was the first time they've ever done a writing camp style.
I believe so, yeah.
So like you can really see in the product how well it complemented them on being able to mix genres and expand in different areas while still maintaining true to the original sound of Epica, which is often hard for a lot of bands when they are exploring different genres to stay true to their original sound.
No kidding.
And Epica has shown that they are able to stay true to that fully, but that's also because they are very genreless in their past history. They came out swinging with mixing genres right off the bat. So
they did, and they always talk about somewhat of a same theme, and I think that's what helps unite the feel of the song.
The album themes.
Even if it's in different clothing, it all kind of comes back, and you know they are still the same group, and that's what really makes them unique. And I don't know if y'all can hear the scratches and the meow in the background, but I'm gonna go let my cat in. It's about halfway through for this reaction. It's been a long one for all of you too, so here's probably one of two more stops before we're done this one. We have the awesome older brother taking care of the younger siblings as well. So we had to make sure everything's going well for all of them too. And we thank you because you know you are all family supporters as well. So without further ado, let's bring in the kitty too. And I'm sure y'all want to see the kitty ones. Kitty one? Hey, baby. Kitty number one?
it's the Padbees.
The Pebbies.
I don't know if the kitty number 2 is coming in.
And Bam.
Is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, Bam.
She's gone.
No Bam.
She's exploring.
That's okay.
We won't see her till tomorrow.
No more Bam.
No more Bam. She'll come when she's hungry.
But we thank y'all. Fuel up again. Let's keep it rocking. Over the halfway mark now. We got our cheese and beef jerky now. We refilled our drinks. I got a Rockstar. She's got another Coke. The coin is back with me. You ready?
So I don't drop it.
Exactly. Here we go, Annie. Chronicans, Epicans, we love y'all.
It's a circle. You can start the song again. You can loop it forever.
Nah, that was great.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Koekje erbij.
Nah, a bit of Slayer, a bit of keyboards, a bit of vocals.
A bit of Epica, a
Bit of beer.
salt,
A little
and
bit of
pepper.
beer.
And there you have it.
Finally, an intro.
Yes.
Second one. yes.
Oh my god, yeah, but this is a real
Yeah.
intro.
Oh, this is a real intro.
Yeah, choir intro.
Proper intro.
A New Age Dawn intro.
Yeah.
Very filmic, very cinematic. I like it.
Classic Epica, if you
Classic
ask me.
Epica feel.
Yeah, this is the most classic song, I think. Also, what I hear from the interviews been doing, they refer always to this one as the most classic Epica track.
Yeah, there's a little bit that old classical music vibe in the beginning.
So
But
the rest is
still,
crap.
No, not crap.
No, but
but not as good.
This is yeah. Good to know. Yeah. No, but this has much more the traditional elements.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
think
the
there's-
duo back and forth, grunts, vocals in the verses is very typical
Yeah.
Epica, or very
And
familiar.
a little hint to Cry for the Moon.
Yeah.
Just
Just a little hint.
You barely don't hear it. If you wouldn't have said it, nobody would have noticed.
It's Cry for the Sun.
Cry for the Moon too.
Yeah, there you go.
Very cry.
And the outro is also funny anecdote that has this kind of effect. Was actually was with a sound effect that didn't work, which turned into
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh.
So
Very
it happened
cool.
to be by coincidence.
It was always meant to be.
It's all about
Yeah, and then we
coincidence.
kept it like that. Yeah, we kept that.
Word of the
effect.
day.
Yeah, it was nice to experiment
think?
with, because you came with the idea.
How are we going to blend that into the title of this song, of this video reaction?
Coincidence. Word of the day.
Of the intro, but to orchestrate it in a kind of new way. So it is oldish Epica, you know, with the choir intro, but then the pizzicato strings and the mallets, it's sounds that we didn't use that much.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice to have that kind of stuff inside.
Yeah, and in the intro, you did really a lot to bring that to the
But
next
it
level.
was already kind of there, but you just had to like.
Yeah, but still, when
build
you
it up.
compare, I think these two things,
but it's really cool. And then
next level.
Also, I think with the chorus, because it kind of also has two parts.
Yeah.
And it comes 3 times, but it's slightly different every time. I think it's really cool.
And you came up with the idea to have this heavy part as bridge.
Yeah, but also in the beginning, actually, like a little bit like Moderate Freeword.
Yeah, that one I'm referring to. Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted to have some double time groove in the chorus. So like almost like a twist and rock and roll.
So also this song has quite some evolution.
Yeah.
Till it came to this point. Yeah.
I like also how the choir are coming forward in a way. It's kind of new, I feel. Like, get a little bit of vibes from the Alchemy project. Inspiration.
Yeah, I think it's nice how you have this part in the beginning. And everything comes back later in the song, but in a different way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like all cut up, but it all somehow fits together in the end, and that's what I like. It's kind of like a solving puzzle that twisting.
Everything comes together,
and that's what you love.
Yeah, that's what I love.
Solving
you can
puzzles.
tell. Complexity.
And I must say, this is also a song like, first, I thought that it would be like a much longer song. Also with recording, we were already looking at each other like, this is probably going to be a heavy one to do. Like, but it basically, like, the whole mayhem of the song already kind of ends when you're done with the grunts, for instance. And then you come back again to the chorus. It was like, oh, this is actually a pretty quick one.
Yeah.
But in a good way.
Yeah. It's not so complicated indeed, as it at first seems to be.
Yeah, could have been.
Because also Joost said, I had like 2 days for it, but because they thought it was more like a Darkness Dies in Light, but it wasn't.
No.
And 23 years later, we're still searching for the answers.
Still.
Perhaps we're just stupid.
Sensorium continued, huh? We're still searching for the answers. Will we ever know? I don't know. But do we know the next song?
I know.
But do we know?
Is it time for...
It's time for the next one. But something I'm just so happy that they are doing these writing groups, Bandcamp things. We know Nightwish has done that throughout most of their history, and how well that's worked for them for their global appeal. Because I think that's what happens the most. The global appeal happens because the whole band's there, so every idea of the mind is coming together to make it more global in its song.
If we relate this even back to like Nightwish and into BTS, even that's what made them so popular, is that global appeal of them being basically in a band camp 24/7 on video for the entirety of their inception.
Yeah, and they're so accessible.
So now to have Aspiral having this global appeal after having a band camp, and now coming into having the live Epica on their YouTube channel 24/7, now having Epica TV with this listening party reaction with the fans, and having that accessibility coming through. I think it's really showing this new this new kind of tier that Epica is really pushing themselves towards. If you think it back to, just because you brought up Nightwish, I think of Disney. So like in Moana, they say perfection's a myth. And so this really shows like that, even though
you'll never get to the answer.
You'll never get to the answer. So like that's what she's saying. So like 25 years and we're still moving forward. We're still climbing the ladder. We're still having all this new stuff that's coming through. And now we found a way where we're even more globally accessible for everyone to be able to come and see Epica, to see how amazing we are and what we can put into this great music.
Yeah, you don't you just keep evolving by showing your light, and that's what keeps happening. There's not perfection per se. It's about evolving yourself, and that's what they're all about, right?
Absolutely.
The next Ooh.
Somebody wants to go home.
Great song. Nice time.
Love it.
love their transitions. Yeah.
Our time has come, for it is begun, and the bells will chime. When our feet goes fall, and the curtains fall, all bells will chime, for it is our time.
Cool.
Yeah, very
I
good
like
song.
it.
That song is so good. I wish it had more.
Yes.
And I wish it progressed even more. Even though it's a great song, it's just like I think that's the one that doesn't move the most.
Yeah.
And I think that's why some people in the comments were saying that one, like as a single, they were wishing for more because after Arcana and the other ones, it was like they were hoping for something with a little more to
I
it.
think it needed more of an outro. It stops too suddenly, and I think that's where the unsatisfied feeling comes from. Where
Yeah.
you're wishing there was more to it because it's so good. Because that is a little bit unsatisfying when you want more of something. It's like when you eat your chocolate cake and then it's all gone and you still want more chocolate cake. And
Saying cool, not epic, is
yeah,
different.
it's different. And so, like, I think with this one, it just stops too abruptly because it's so good. If it had, like, maybe let's say if it ended with a Isaac solo and then a taper out,
You got that right.
then that would have been that cherry
Yeah.
on top, that exclamation point.
Let 'em
that
go.
really, yeah,
him
like
cook,
let him
Mario.
go. And I know that this song, I believe, is also from a like a music, like a what is it? The peony is an amusement park.
Okay,
I
yeah.
almost said museum park, and that's not the same thing.
No.
But it's I believe and I could be wrong, but I believe when we first heard the songs in one of the comments, it had said that this song was from like a theme park or an amusement park or something like that. That Epica then
That was the ghost in me. That was
the ghost
way
in me.
before this.
So sorry.
No worries.
Never mind. Then what I'm talking about doesn't really mean anything.
For you, then it sounded like another song that you've heard before.
Yeah, it
And
sounded similar to another song that we've heard before.
Yeah, and that's not because we love the ghost in me too.
Yeah,
so there was
absolutely.
nothing wrong with that. She just doesn't want to feel bad about the references, so you're good on you. But
Yes.
that's not to put any shade on this song either, too. I think it's just what we would say is cool, but for us, that doesn't feel enough for
Yeah.
Epica.
I think having an Isaac solo and then a taper out would have given it that that exclamation point that we're used to with Epica, but then at the same time, doing something that you're not necessarily used to is what's pushing the boundaries, and that's what a lot of this album has been about, has been pushing the boundaries, switching up with genres, fiddling around and with like synth and different things like that throughout their music. So like this is such a phenomenal song. I love all the I was thinking a lot about the music video that they made, like when you shook my leg and you're asking about like the transitions. Their transitions were amazing. I was really thinking about the music video and how it was put together, because it looks like they filmed it all in a studio and then they put like stock film type stuff together with it, which probably isn't stock film. I'm just using it as like an terminology. But the way they filmed it as like repetitive of how many times they're going back in time, how many times they're trying to change time, like he said with that second song, Aspiral, which had like kind of an interstellar vibe, you know, not interstellar, crossed the divide, had that interstellar vibe. That's brought it back to that with that music video of constantly going back in time to try and change that moment and cross the divide in that moment within the song.
Totally.
But not being able to, and it's just repetitive deja vu. So that's kind of what I was getting from the music video too. Just
Well done.
yeah. So
Yep.
it was just very good.
It was, so let's see what they had to say about it too.
almost didn't make it to the album.
I
Yeah,
bet, I bet.
something had to happen still because the
Had to intervene.
It's a good one
this
to
one
put
you
in
worked
after
very
an
hard
epic.
on in the writing
Finally.
camp.
Yeah,
a
maybe.
lot,
Yeah.
But also at
Also
home.
here, when Sasha was here, I was still working on
Yeah,
it.
actually, we worked really long on this one.
Yeah.
It's just a short song, but
Yeah.
before it came to this point,
Initially, it was, I think it was a 6/8 or 3/4 kind of tempo, and then changed to 4/4.
yeah.
But
Still, the chorus has the vibe of the,
yeah, but it's less obvious, let's say.
yeah.
And still, before the recording, we still had to adapt a lot of like guitar parts to make it flow more easily,
Yeah.
because it was like the ideas were really cool, but somehow playing wise, it didn't really flow that well at the moment. But then once we got it,
Yeah.
We got it.
yeah, we got it.
That's on you.
Sometimes it takes a while.
Yeah,
Even
but
a
it-
quickie
yeah, but
can.
that's fine. That's fine.
Waiting for till the guys are done with it. Can we record now?
We started to get grumpy.
And also a funny coincidence with this one. That was
Not a coincidence.
the day you came up with the idea, like to have a little girl singing and,
To start it,
and
yeah.
with a scream. That same day, I recorded a video of by then my few months old daughter, which had exactly that scream that ended up being in here. Because later on, I tried to record her again with better equipment and
Yeah.
all these times
it
I
doesn't
tried
work.
to have her scream. The initial one that was exactly on the day you mentioned the idea. That one ended up in the
Wow.
song.
So that's his
Yeah, but I
few months old
like
daughter
how-
screaming.
Amazing.
Very cool.
Because the chromatism in the song is very obvious, and
Nice Gibson hat.
everything kind of
Oh, no, that's not Gibson.
exaggerates that, and
I don't know
so
what that is.
it was called Spooky as a working title, and so I guess we all kept that in mind, and it has this kind of vibe.
Yeah, it still has.
Tim
It
Burton
still gives
vibe.
you the spooky
Yeah.
Yeah.
vibes.
I also, in a way, it kind of reminded me, to a certain extent, to also The Ghost in Me, because it also had that kind
Yeah.
of similar vibe. This
Yeah,
also
yeah.
could have been an Efteling song.
Yeah.
That's why Joost joked like
Coming in to save the honeys.
Yay! Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it. I was very embarrassed.
I love you so much.
when we started working on the
Take-
Ghost
take
in
the
Me,
coin
said, "Oh, we can also use this one
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it has the same vibe.
Yeah.
What I like about the intro is the use of the organ, like the street organ.
Yeah.
Because of course, normally, when we do the band stuff, we always try to seek new sounds and new stuff. And then you came up with the song. We had the demo of the song, and I was thinking about, what can we add to make it more atmospherical? And what's the most typical Dutch thing there is ever? And I think I remember telling it to Jens, you never guess what we have on our album right now.
You can already smell the syrup waffles.
Yeah. So we actually went to the we call this museum, who has all these really old street organs, and have them like record the proper
parts.
instrument with like a punched in. I don't know how it works, but
so
they recorded
cool.
it on this real instrument. It was super cool that it made the album.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it builds the atmosphere,
Very cool.
immediately
It
from
does.
the beginning.
And it's a family affair because there's
Yes,
more.
also the cousin of my daughter is the
Wow.
girl singing,
Wow.
and she was by
Very
then
cool.
3 years old, and to already a 3-year-old who can remember a melody. That's
That's
but
incredible.
yeah, she's the daughter of a great piano player, so it's all a music family.
Music's
I think
in
it's
the
a
blood.
nice added feature that
Yeah.
the future Epica generation.
Oh, that's
Speaking of the future Epica
Oh,
generation, aw, that's such a great screenshot. That
I'm going
honey.
to right now. Oh my gosh. That is
The thumbnail.
amazing. I mean, that's not the whole band.
I know, but that's great. I love that photo.
If
That
you
looks
know
so
why
cute.
that's in the thumbnail, you know why now.
Speaking of the next generation of Epica family, I believe in Skeleton Key it was like Kuhn's daughter who was singing in there and different
Yeah.
things like that.
Absolutely.
And even in the Symphonic Synergy, I believe
Arcana?
his Arcana, I believe his wife was even singing,
Yeah.
or one of their wives was.
I'm pretty sure Kuhn's wife is one of the three singers in the front there.
Absolutely. So it's really cool to hear when they're talking about the Epica family. If you have a lot of that background information on how much of their family sings with them, and I even believe Skeleton Key, the children's choir, was actually Kuhn's daughter's school choir or something like that.
Might have been. I don't quite remember.
I don't quite remember, but I think we were watching a documentary or something.
It's a lot of families she's trying to say.
Lot of
before trying to make it too specific. It's very family based, right?
Panic. It's very family based.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool to see how even they're bringing cousins and stuff like that, and how that family continues going forward and continues to grow, because it really is the next generation of Epica family that will be also continuing this on.
This is something they are so passionate about that they're teaching this to people. You know, they have schools and universities that they're all a part of, trying to teach metal and everything else about music to get to the next generation. So when your own kids are going to be a part of that too, that's the true excitement there. That's what Simone was talking about, how her and Mark's connection have even grown too, as both being parents now as well.
Absolutely.
And just what that turns you into, because you change into a different creature when you get a
You
child.
really do. There's
You
something
really
that's
do.
fine. That's more. There is something in your life that's more important than you.
Got that right. If you're doing it correct.
Yeah.
Is featured on in our music. So
Family business.
yeah, exactly.
Family biz.
Teach him young.
What I also like about this song, and that's what I also noticed, especially hearing now the songs back after a while, is that we on purpose chose to leave out orchestration here and there, just to have a little bit more of a focus on the band. Like for instance, here in the verses, it's like just the band and vocals basically.
I love it.
You have the pre-chorus, and there's already like a little bit of elements coming into that, and once you hear the choirs kick in during the chorus, it makes such a big effect. It sounds so much bigger.
Much more
because of the
impact.
contrast.
Like
Yeah,
that.
there you go.
Yeah.
And also
Love
on the
his
bridge,
tattoos.
when,
Yeah.
when it comes, you know, the
Love his
bridge opens up
tattoos.
like with the chorus and the orchestration.
Yeah.
Really love it.
And I love the guitars playing the melody.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
What's not to love about this song?
Yeah. It's a great
That's
song.
so short.
But I guess that's in general for the whole album that we really wanted to make sure that everything gets its focus and you know not too much stuff going on when Simone is singing or
1 second. I know that's the other kitty we've been waiting for. She's a very quiet little girl. Her name is Bam Bam. Welcome to the world.
Oh,
Bam
that's
Bam.
Pebby again.
That's Pebby.
Oh, Bam's coming in. Here she comes. Hey, honey. There we go.
There's the kitties above.
Come on. Oh, hi.
Pebby.
Oh, she's gone now. She ran away.
Come here. Hey guys. All right. They are inside. That's being a good kitty parent. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
when the choir is there, or if there's finally a good riff.
Recently I actually
Poor guy.
compared all-
I feel for him.
That was when we were preparing also for the Mexican show, for instance. I was listening again to the Holographic Principle, for instance, that production, which is completely different if you compare it to this album. And that was so full of orchestration and bells and whistles and such, which is also cool, but it's a lot.
It is.
And that this album Breathe sounds more organic that way.
Yeah. So all the songs have that, and this one as well.
Yeah.
And the next one as well.
Yeah.
And the
Let's
next
guess.
one.
Guess we're moving.
Oh no, not
Nice
this one.
transition.
Apparition. Heavy guitar.
Here we go. Down, 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 down. So much space. I love it.
She wanders alone at night, is searching for any trace of untainted dreams. She'll never give up the fight and sheds a light on the echoes of her youthful lies. Open the halls, our souls are caged in a prison of time. We all are lost in the dark, seeking solace, a yearning desire. Unleash all our broken hearts. Dive into the unknown. Inside these halls alone, a chill in my bones. You can't resist my melody, condemn my
Yes! I wasn't expecting it!
depicting your pain and blue.
Nice.
A tortured soul
Hell yes.
far away from what's good and true.
Ooh.
A ghost filled with disbelief, in search of peace, feeding on the heart so full of fears. Open the halls, our souls are caged in a prison of time. We all are lost in the dark, seeking solace, a yearning desire. Unleash all our broken hearts. Dive into the unknown.
Dang. Banner now. Banner now.
Cause we are living in
Wow.
conflict and no death mode. We will rise.
You will
Angry man.
rise.
Very
Oh, I love that.
Calm down.
Another guitar solo, and when they start talking about like no guitar solos, then you get 3 almost like in 5 songs, which is really
Yeah.
amazing to be honest. So like I think we're just spoiled, everyone's spoiled, and I think that's what they're also trying to say here. Like compared to the holographic principle, compared to now, look at all the stripped down moments that they're letting the band have more space to all be able to hear individual people more, and that makes you feel more united.
Like we really got to hear Rob in Obsidian Heart.
A lot of
Right,
these songs,
and a lot
right?
of these songs he's
Yeah.
really standing out, where often when there is so much orchestration, someone like Rob, who is a bass line, can get lost.
And even in thrashy or power type of metal, when the quick picking, these
Yeah.
like do 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 do. There's so much space that you can then hear the drum and the bass in between
Absolutely.
the riffs, and like I really love it, and I wasn't expecting that guitar
They
solo.
all love this song, and it was
Yeah.
really cool seeing each of them dancing in their own way to the different parts that really stand out to them.
Yeah.
As a bassist, Rob pays a lot of attention to the percussion.
Yeah.
So you can see him bobbing his head and dancing along to
What
the
he needs to keep in rhythm
what
with.
he needs to keep in rhythm
Yeah.
with. So he's keeping in
Who
rhythm
compliments him?
a lot with Aaron with his with the percussion. Whereas when you're watching Mark dancing along, he's dancing to the rhythm guitar.
You got that
And
right.
he's dancing to the
That's his
solos.
compliment,
That's
yeah.
his compliment.
Yeah.
Simone's very stoic, actually, because she's going to be taking on a lot of what's
She takes on the
happening
guitar a lot, I
and
see.
a lot of the guitar as well.
Yeah.
but like she also is keeping fully in with her counting too. What's
that
that
right.
bass that's going on?
Yeah.
So like it's really cool seeing each of them dancing to the own thing that complements them and to what their ear naturally drives them towards.
Absolutely, right?
So it's really cool seeing this reaction video from them.
Getting to see another side of them.
Yeah.
You angry man.
Rise.
Very angry.
Nice.
Calm down.
It's a nice tribute to Dominate from Morbid Angel.
Nice.
That's good stuff.
The good old Morbids.
Super groovy.
Yeah,
Super
that's
groovy.
a really cool groove. Can't sit still during this song. Have to.
You gotta go.
And
with it.
Yeah,
it has
absolutely.
been on the shelf for a long time, this song.
Oh, cool.
For 2 albums? Or at least one?
I think for Omega.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Almost made it on
And it was
Omega.
much longer, and it had a intro that would have been perfect for the...
For the album. They would
Another
have to start the
perfect
live show.
intro.
Only intro dress.
Yeah, so...
It's so funny how many comments they're making about the intro because of how many comments it has been made to them in interviews and
That's what I
through
mentioned right off the
band
bat.
comment. Yeah, so like now of course they're just like
Now you get it.
now I get it. They're like every single song. Well, that one had an intro.
Because Alanna like lets me do the comments here, so I've been the one seeing all these comments, right? And so that's why it was so funny when that's the thing they've been harping on for over an hour and a half now.
Is the comments.
Exactly what you just said.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
It has come a long way, this song.
Yeah, but there's a good, nice groove into it. I like it, a little bit of the mid-tempo thing.
Yeah.
It has a bit of this set but true kind of vibe to it, which I really
Ooh,
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, some Metallica
It's kind of
vibe.
refreshing
Yeah.
on the whole album, this
Yeah.
one, I think.
Very refreshing.
It
And no
is.
pre-chorus.
Yeah.
That was intentionally let's don't have a pre-chorus.
Restrictions are always good.
Get immediately
Yeah,
to
they
the
are.
good stuff. Bam. Straight
That's
to the
very
point.
in-your-face song, yeah.
Give yourself a
And
prompt.
also during the Sasha session, I think before presenting it, it was cut on multiple, like when the riff comes back,
Yeah.
that was cut in half. I think the
Yeah.
bridge was cut in half, like all compact and to the point.
And then it works. And also I talked to Tony Westerbeke from metalfan.nl. And he said this was one of his more atypical songs, but he really said he liked it a lot. So that's good to have for the balance of the album, different styles,
You do.
and then all coming together. So I think this is really a great one for that
It's a glue song.
that balance. That if you have too many songs of the same style, it gets boring. When you
Yeah.
have some, wow, this is a refreshing one at the
Yes.
right moment. I
Yeah.
think this is one like that.
But
It
in
is.
a way, I think all the songs have their
Yeah.
uniqueness, like the time, or
yeah, definitely, yeah.
that's the strength of the album.
Yeah.
I feel.
Apparition.
too.
That's a great one.
Yeah, lyric wise, this song is a little bit. Since we were working on the song Spooky, Arcana, The Ghost in Me, kind of continued a little bit that theme. And I wrote the song based on a story of the castle of my hometown. It's the Blue Lady. So people can go online. You're probably already online now anyway. You can do a little research and see if you get the story.
Cool.
On to the next song.
Yeah, go ahead.
Should we see what the blue lady is quickly?
Sure. Now let everyone see, honey. We got it. I got it here. The Blue Lady.
So I just thought it'd be cool because she brought it up just to bring this up as well since Simone brought it up herself. Hoensbeek Castle or Gebroek Castle with its 67 rooms, hallways, and living quarters is one of the largest castles in the Netherlands. It's located near southern part of the country. The architecture has a definite French influence with square features, coins, and tall conical roofs. Oldest part of the castle, the tall round tower, dates back to 1360 when it was
Wow.
built by Herman Hohen over a moat and bailey fortress that had been erected in a swamp. Broke means swamp, in Hohen's means foul. So like
You want a castle over a moat.
I want a castle over a moat. That's always been my dream. The family Van Hoensbroek left the castle at the end of the 18th century, after which the property entered a period of decay. Count Franz Lothar sold the castle in 1927 to the present-day owners, the Foundation Av Rex Christe, which it was thoroughly restored between 1930 and 1940. In 1945, the castle was used to house war orphans who were cared for by Catalate sisters from 1951 to 1973. The writer-poet Bertrus Afrages lived in part of the castle in the period of 1986 to 1989. Another restoration took place. Since then, it has become a popular museum. Very cool information. Why is it supernatural? The ghost of the Blue Lady. 2 children died and were buried within the castle, but the burial site was hidden from the mother. She now wanders the castle looking for their graves. Aww. Ooh, that's so sad. Why? Just why? No wonder she's a restless spirit. Workers at the castle claim the Blue Lady has appeared to them at night. A security guard claimed that he has heard her moving chains along chairs in one room. All the castle walls but one are found to be solid if one knocks on them. Some people believe this is where the 2 children are buried. You have to wonder what went on with these poor children to make someone hide their bodies from their mother. Spite, or was it a hidden or horrific crime scene? Why wasn't she with them when they died? Exactly. That's my first question.
That was your first question.
Why?
Wow. So that was well worth kind of checking in too. And that's the storytelling that they weave into their music that we are mentioning is so cool.
Absolutely.
And we'd love to know the inspiration behind stuff. And we actually felt a little bad because when we finally got the interview with Simone, we were so shocked by the moment and it went by so quick. We wish we kind of dived into the songs a bit more individually. Absolutely. And so I'm so glad they're giving justice, because they probably did this with a lot of interviews, and this is giving full justice to every song.
Absolutely.
On to the next song.
On to the next one, y'all. Cheers again, honey.
In the storm. Oh yeah, that one.
Oh! Oh, this one's fun. Right?
It was very fun.
Yeah. Oh, the drum work. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh. Yeah. So stomp on me. I don't care. Hit me. Yes!
Very cool.
Catchy.
So
Pretty
catchy.
heavy stuff.
Like a trampel.
Like a tool.
Like a good trample.
But pretty heavy, but also pretty
Like a good trample.
It is a trample.
Yeah, this was also, what can I say? A collaboration, and you changed for the good the chorus because we didn't know what to do with it. I came up, but it was kind of sucked. We couldn't find a good vocal line for it, so it's good that you changed it around. And I guess first we started.
Is
with
he
C
referring to Isaac there?
I think so.
sharp for this whole song.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah, and then we had to look for the right tone scale and right atmosphere, and then we ended up on A drop, I guess it's called.
Drop A.
Minor,
Drop A.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, because we're
A-drop.
trying to look what fits Simone's vocal line the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And makes it somehow like one or two semi notes made a huge difference. So.
Yeah, big
I
difference.
bet it would. For the
Yeah.
contrast.
That was still kind of a
Well,
hassle
like-
during the pre-production when we were still finding.
What's really cool, so they played this in Drop A,
Yeah.
and I believe Opeth plays one of their songs in, what was it, Drop D or something like that?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's really cool to see like how different artists can drop one line of their guitar to then change the sound so drastically that you can sing to it at different rates or be able to adjust something so uniquely to a specific singer.
You need a 7-string for that drop A too.
Yeah,
You need that thicker one to get low because normally drop E. I mean it's E, so like to think if you go and drop D, you got to go to C, B, then A. So that they are bringing a very thick, powerful metal type of a feel to this song.
absolutely.
And
It's
great.
so unique. It's so great.
And that
like-
solo just was like another cherry on top too. And then I guess you listen to some of the comments too much, you don't expect like there's going to be all this coming. So like it's nice and refreshing to see
It
how many
is.
guitar solos there actually is in here for the metal lover in all of us.
That's really cool for me too, to know that you need the 7-string guitar for that drop A, because me as just a musical person or a overly musical person who just likes the sound of the story and everything.
Right.
I just related, Opeth did something similar, not even realizing like where the A is on the scale and what the extra added requirements would be. Whereas as someone who plays guitar for yourself,
Yeah.
you were able to bring that in exactly and like be like, honey, it's even more crazy than what you think it is.
Yeah, because
Like,
drop C, like you're if you're using a 6-string, it's already so flimsy by that point.
yeah. So
So-
like impressive.
I love it.
the right key.
Asshole?
Mm? Yeah.
Kind of asshole.
Oh yeah.
It sounded like asshole.
Yeah, also, yeah. But we recorded different versions of with different keys and tunings and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
But yeah.
took us a while to find the exact.
Sometimes it always
I think
doesn't
also
work
like a good
perfectly,
example
right?
of a
Yeah.
nice team effort which made the song way better than it was in the beginning. You know, the basics were already there from Ari. Great riff. Also, you hear in the mid part. It's really an Ari song.
Yeah, and
It is a
the-
very
the
good Ari
intro.
song.
I think I first had this sort of Amon Amarth riff or melody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you changed it in like a synth melody, and it works. It works fine.
Yeah, you changed it in a synth, and I then changed it into like more like the Eastern vibe because we didn't have it yet on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, not many Eastern vibes.
And it
You're
all
right.
somehow, at least I got this feeling immediately that it has this what we also did in previous albums, previous songs, a little bit the Arabic style. It fits a little well. It didn't really came back in the rest of the song, but the intro it fits really well.
Yeah.
Well
And
said.
of course the backing vocal harmonies, like the answers,
Yeah.
should have been everywhere, but they're only in the last chorus.
Build up.
Yeah, build up.
Build up.
Yeah, good building up.
Yeah, and changing the vocal lines up until the point I was actually recording the final vocals. Still voting, what should we do here, what should we do there. And
Well, actually, we all thought that this should have been it, right? But there were other people not agreeing, and then we threw all those ideas out in the end, right? It was this song, right?
Nope.
We said no, we should do our own song, our own stuff, what we like. Or was this another song?
could be another song.
Oh, I
There
thought
was
it
another
this
one, I guess. Yeah.
But I remember still having a phone call with you, like, yeah, what do you think of the chorus with the vocal line? Should we postpone the really high in the second round of the chorus and not start with it? And we thought, okay, let's do it. I mean, an album is never really finished up until you're actually recording it, sometimes still searching for the right words.
It's true,
Having
though.
a quick
It's
call with
true.
somebody in the US. Can I say this in, in English, or is it completely wrong? Or
That's great.
yeah,
But the
it's-
energy in the chorus, the belt, the high belt, is really,
Yeah.
really
yeah,
sounds
it's
good.
very powerful. I think this
That's really cool that she has someone who she's also with lyrically calling in the States, being like, hey, how does this sound? Is this a correct phrasing? Because
No
that's
kidding,
like,
right?
if you watch anime, you'll know about like localizers who
No
make sure
kidding.
that
It flows way
languages
better.
flow better and that it's localized correctly to that language that is being spoken. And like language, even though English is English in the UK and in Canada and in the United States are all very different on how
Absolutely.
things can be said. Even though it's all technically English, the localization is different. So that's really cool to see how Simone handles localization in her lyrics by even just calling someone she knows who lives in that country to be like, hey,
Yeah.
how can I put this through? Is this something I can say? Or how can I say this better so that these lyrics flow in such a correct and concise manner?
And they're coming to North America, y'all.
Yeah,
So
they are.
that's also another big reason too. They want to make sure they're worldwide, and they're going to keep expanding,
Exactly.
and we can't wait.
Exactly.
will probably do really good live. We can kind of
They will.
Should we try?
yeah. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Do it. Do the whole album. start
Which
to
ones you
finish.
want in your life? Let us know in the comments.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, but again, an example of like the dynamics and like the intro that got halftime, if I'm not mistaken, compared to the original.
Yeah.
Well, you have to make everything from Mario halftime.
No, but therefore the contrast with the grunt verse is bigger, and also coming back to it after the chorus and the chorus itself with the repeating patterns. All of that is the contrast makes it to what it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool song.
Very cool song.
Pretty cool stuff.
Good stuff, yeah.
More cool stuff coming right now.
More cool stuff.
Hopefully.
As a fan, the best concert experience I've seen visually, because I wasn't there, from Opeth is, I promise everyone will be happy with this idea. What you do, because they can do 2.5 hour shows. You already know that they can probably even do a 3 hour. You do the first hour as the new album.
Yeah.
Then you go from start to finish leading up to that album of 1 to 2 tops from every album.
Yeah.
And then you get the best of both worlds that way. And you also get to experience the new material in the way that y'all are even suggesting it's best experienced
Exactly.
through one to another.
1 to 2 of the best songs from each album. That's 9 albums leading up to them playing the 9th album in full.
But in Opeth did it starting with the album that was most new, because everyone really wants to hear that fully. And then
Yeah.
you can go through the evolution of like the well, let's reminisce about all your best hits.
Absolutely.
But then you're there because they want to talk about now.
Exactly.
So that's what I always think, and I hope one day they do that, where they do a whole album and then give you also the greatest hits from before.
Before, exactly.
Because they can fit it, because you could do an hour, take a break even, 20-minute breaks. We'll give you 20 minutes. That's even what Michael from Opus said. He's like, see you in 20 minutes. Didn't even make a sound. He normally talks between every song, but he did the whole album. And then everyone's like, talk.
I remember that.
Right?
Say something.
Say something. And he's like, shh. Because it's about the album first, and then you get to banter about it after, and then we get to go through the evolution of all the things. And I think if every band does that once, that would really make the
Pinnacle.
fans happy. That is pinnacle
Fan service.
fan service, and that's like exactly. It can happen.
Hey, another intro.
Is it the Phantom Agony?
No intros.
I thought it was the Phantom Agony.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah.
There's enough intros for everybody to keep everybody happy.
Love her.
She mentioned this is one of her favorites.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh! What? Are we at Bowser's Castle right now?
Feels like it.
Oh shit! Oh man! What? Oh yes!
Blindly wandering this karmic cage.
What?
We keep
Yeah.
hoping for the wisdom of release.
Yeah.
Feels like living in a cosmic haze. Never-ending torments are starting to take word.
Look at Isaac.
Yes.
Nice.
This art a symphony, and we can play the foretaste that matter, a noble endeavor. Miracles of synchrony, reach for the skies and praise Him together, now and forever. Life in your soul and see, with a passion and empathy, shining like endless journeys through the wide unknown.
Oh, I love this guitar picking.
We keep searching for
This sets the mood.
answers deep within. We are living in the twilight zone. Mysteries and wonders are destined to unfold.
Yeah. Oh yes.
I Love the slowdown.
This is final boss energy.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, yes. Wow. Let's go. So good, eh?
Amazing.
Beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
That's what you just said. The guitar solo to the tapering off.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you were just saying.
Solo.
Beautiful.
Great taste in music, Simone, if that's your favorite, because
Yeah.
that one's probably my favorite out of
That's
this.
absolutely one of my favorites. This one and Obsidian Heart are the two that really stuck out to me. And a Spiral where it gets like really dark and grungy at the end.
And that's what we're about to go and do. Yeah. So let's finish this off good.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, that has a lot of stuff going on.
That's the stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
I really like the vibe. This is one of the songs where the chorus, I think, immediately stuck with me somehow.
Exactly.
It's also the chorus and the post-chorus. Such good melodies.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those songs, a little bit like Design Universe meets Consigned to Oblivion. Should be a good one to end the show with, I guess.
Oh, yes, it is.
We should try that.
Yes, you do.
Let's see if they like it.
Positive vibe.
Yeah.
And like you said, that's what I thought about the song right away, is that it has a very... It might as well could have been a Design Universe track.
You got that right.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of that era.
Yeah, but also
Love that era.
the guitar, acoustic guitar.
Yeah,
vibe
exactly,
is a bit-
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need that acoustic guitar line,
And
too.
Arjen had a lot of shoulder pain during the last beat, I remember.
Yeah,
Yes.
Hissing and swearing and stuff.
well, being in your 40s, then things get a bit heavier. But yeah, it was fun. Let's say.
And I was able to see you without your shirt again. That was good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but why? If we're gonna play it live, then I'm going to the gym already, so I'm sure I can play it.
It's like, yeah, I had to go to the gym with this one.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
But it could be cool to stick it in the show and maybe finish it or.
Yeah, I think it has a really positive vibe and like a nice, warm ending. Still really epic. Love the orchestration in here. You know, we could go full out again.
Yeah.
Make the orchestra work. Still really heavy stuff in the mid part.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much death metal, especially the slow part.
Yeah.
It's really this old school, almost obituary kind of thing to it.
Yeah.
But still, it feels it doesn't feel like a super long track. It's still compact. So that's I think that we managed to do that on the whole album.
It feels long.
Have it
I
feel
wonder.
compact.
Go ahead, honey.
I remember when I came up with
I'll
the
wait
vocal
till
line
she
for the
finishes her
chorus,
thought.
we had a discussion that it's clashing with the rest of the song, so that the chorus melody comes out of nowhere. And then there was also the idea of using that as an intro, and then you worked on it and made it cool.
Yeah, we had a lot of trouble finding the right instruments for that because it sounded too Chinese in the beginning. but in the end, the simple.
I just wanted to say, like, just quickly here, what they were saying about this is like an ending of a concert track.
Of course.
And I want to let her finish her thought if she just had something that added to that quickly. But the with this would be a perfect song to end a concert because it naturally has the guitar solo into the taper, and then that taper could be elongated into the final bow, ending out
Into
the
a
concert
spiral.
into a spiral, right? So
These two are the perfect way to end it.
yeah, because then you could have this one and then a spiral as your encore, and then that's a full ending, and then a full taper out, and it just continues into nothing, like just like how it did with Symphonic Synergy, how it like tapered away.
You got
it was
that right.
gorgeous.
It was the most stunning thing I've ever witnessed for music live.
Exactly. So like this is I think what he was saying there, and I know Mark's like, well, they have to like the song first, but I think everyone likes the song, or at least it likes it as an ending track because it's a good false ending before the encore.
Well, absolutely. Whether it is your punchline or if it's leading you to the punchline, that's what they're trying to say. That even if it's in that thought of that's you've done something right, because it's also at the end of the album approaching too. So that was what they were trying to go with as well. If you can end an album with it, you probably can end a concert with it too.
Absolutely.
And anytime you bring up Consigned to Oblivion and Designer Universe
in the same
sentence,
the same
song, that's probably why they all love it too. So
absolutely.
let's finish this off with this.
I quickly want to ask you before we finish off with a spiral, have we listened to all of the parts of this piece? Because this was I believe this was part 9, and we heard part 8 earlier.
Because we haven't listened to After Forever, I don't think we've heard all of it, and if there are some that we've missed, because I don't remember what Cry to the Moon is, if that was on one before, because I don't know if there's 2 sagas that he goes in. I'm pretty sure there's 2 sagas.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've done it fully because we haven't done all albums yet.
Absolutely. It'd be, the reason I'm asking is it would be cool to see all of these sagas, like what I'm a big person because I like stories, so if you have a bunch of different sagas, I want to listen to them all at once.
We'll be making that playlist, no worries.
Yay.
Here we go.
Violin, I think, worked the best. But, we tried a lot of stuff for that intro, a lot of different versions. Worked well in the end.
I can't wait to play this one live. Like, it's already hard to sit still on the chair here. Especially in the mid part. I'm always looking forward to
She's going in so hard.
Yeah, we're gonna
there's
have
quite
to.
some songs that could be really cool.
Maybe
live
if it's
songs.
10 years old and we play the song. And it's,
But it does kind of make sense. Also, the approach of like recording it together. That was also the intention. Like this whole album should be able to be or should be playable live.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, in the past, sometimes we had some ideas that were kind of more experimental. Like, we'll see how we're going to do that live.
The whole Requiem for the Indifferent album.
Figure it out later.
I mean, that's some really good songs on it. But
But for live?
yeah. But the same goes to like the Holographic Principle. Also has a few songs that we were looking at each other like, how the hell are we going to do this live? But but for this one, this is basically all doable in one track. Like in one take. Well,
you got that
should be able to do it in one take.
We'll see about that.
First we rehearse a little again.
Yeah,
You
just
got
a
this,
little bit.
Rob.
Warm
What
up
about
the
the
fingers
Requiem for the
and the
Indifferent? There was
Rob
a joke.
has hope.
Just Storm the Song.
We got
so, but this song actually feels like that's the end of the album, right? It should be like the last song. It's epic. It has a good vibe and it's nice. So maybe
That's supposed to mean.
no. But,
but I get your
usually
point.
we should have put this one in the last, I guess, but we didn't. So there's one more coming.
There is.
Surprise, yeah.
Surprise.
Title track.
All right, cool.
You're welcome.
We have one more note for you.
if you're inquisitive, if you're always eager to know, you become an interesting person. There's nobody as powerful in the whole universe as human beings. We make ourselves what we are. Sit and do what you like to do. Start playing piano with your 2 fingers and you play marvelously. Only you can create yourself. Don't believe in anybody else but yourself. Sit down and make yourself. It depends on you.
Unplug Simone.
Wow.
Wow.
And then there was a silence.
Let's make album number 10 now.
Album number 10 now.
Yeah, on to the next
Yeah, it's
one.
an unconventional ending of the album, and I really love it. It's a nice track, so atmospherical.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like a verse-chorus thing, it's just like a build-up to the end. And
It's just an epiphany.
It was basically written as, like a soundtrack for a movie, basically.
Yeah.
Like this has like a pretty different story, because at first I was in doubt if I actually wanted to introduce it to the band, because originally, I wrote this for a sculpture of Sokolsky, because during Corona I was constantly watching Netflix and stuff, because we were sitting at home. What the hell should we do? And then I saw the documentary Struggle, which is about Sokolsky's life, and I was so intrigued by it, like how it explained not just like his life story, but his work, and how it got like explained also how they showed his work. Like it's not, he never made like typical sculptures like most artists would do. Like there's such a huge story into it, and also how they filmed it, the music that they made for it. And it was like, wouldn't it be cool to make like a soundtrack for maybe one of his statues or more statues originally? That's how I came up with this. The whole way it builds up is based on the sculpture Aspiral. Wow. It's very minimalistic, like also how it starts. It kind of tells the story where it's about. It starts with like nothing, basically, just like Glenn Bray explains in the documentary. Like you can see this this world which is just basically mud. It's just burned down to the ground because of the Second World War. And then eventually snails start to grow out of it, and they start to rebuild the world into a spiral. That's actually also what the music tells. Like in the end, you have this sequence that keeps repeating and repeating, and it builds up to a climax. And that's actually what you also see in the statue. It's like the city's getting built up, and eventually this lady coming out, reaching towards the sun, which is also the sun that you can see on the artwork as well.
That's gorgeous.
And that's why I guess it makes it so special and different as well, because it has not, like Koen said, not a typical song structure.
And that's also the cool thing. If you would have never made that music for that reason, you would have never written such a song for the album.
No.
That's how you come to the really cool, surprising things.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, at first it was instrumental, but I could already hear Simone sing on it, and that was also one of those things you just started to sing, and it worked right away.
It did.
It was really cool. The only thing that we changed from this, like musically, was, I mean, the original, I believe it kind of ended on the climax, and now we did a kind of a bit of a re-intro, which I really like, by the way, the way it ends this way. And but the story behind it is very special, especially also since we also been to Archives Tucholsky when we were in LA, meeting the people, actually seeing the actual original artwork up close.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was very special.
Yeah,
very special.
And it's a beautiful example that art inspires art in a way. And
it does.
I am myself also a very visual person and love movies and watch the documentary as well. And being in touch with both Glenn and Lena was very special. I remember you telling me you would want to write music for it one day.
Yeah.
And then we all sat together in the beginning of the writing camps. Everybody threw their songs on the table, and this song was also one of them, and turned out to become then the album title.
Yeah.
Because we connected with the message.
Yeah. But also when you first sent me the song, you were really like, if we cannot do anything with Epica, then I will continue, find another way for it. But I right away thought, this is a pearl.
This is a pearl.
If you see in the end, it ended up on the album. But by then we both couldn't know.
No.
Many things can happen.
Yeah.
But I right away had the feeling this could be really special.
And also as like an ending track, because it's so unconventional actually. But
it's a breath of fresh air. That's a tough word.
The people wouldn't expect it. And what I also really like, because I remember when we were actually working on it during the writing camp, I was actually in touch with Glenn and Lena from Arcana Tucholsky, and said like, we're probably, I'm not sure, but we're probably going to do a song about the sculpture. And they were really emotional about it, like they really felt honored about it. And
that's incredible.
Then I was like, okay, if this is going to happen, then I want to hear Stars's voice in the song as well. And that's when I got actually access to the whole video archive of which they also use for the documentary. And actually the footage that you can hear, like the audio from Stas, is actually something that people have never heard before. So this is also a premiere of those audio snippets as well. That's
it did
very
feel like
special.
history.
And the message
making
fits EPICA'S message really well. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, that's. I must say, like, I really got a lump in my throat when I heard it for the first time, even though I was just addicted. And the first snippet that I heard that Glenn sent me was like, "This is so fitting. This is so appropriate for this music." Wow. That, the first time I sometimes I still can get a little bit emotional about that, because it kind of feels like like his spirit is among us.
And another cool thing is that we work together with artist Hidik Sant, who made the artwork, and he himself is also a sculptor and is very much inspired by Tucholsky as well. So that was kind of many roads, coming together, leading to this big climax. In a way,
Again,
but also that whole process, like working on the artwork, was very special. And
did you hear the coincidence again?
I didn't. I had an ant on my face.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
You good, hon?
I'm good.
Okay.
There's ants.
I know that a lot of people were kind of shocked seeing it for the first time, but I mean, I'm so proud of it. Like, also, it's the same with the music. Like, on one hand, there's a lot of happening when you look at it. If you really pay attention, there are so many details into it, just like the music. But at the same time, it's also very minimalistic as well, which I really like.
But we also wanted to shock the people a bit, because if you keep doing the same thing, then people fall slowly asleep. We wanted to how you call that, shake the pill.
You woke us up.
Shake it up a
exactly.
bit.
Renew ourselves, reinvent ourselves.
New
And
life.
I think we managed to do that with this album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this
You
song
did.
fitted the Symphonic Synergy show perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
God,
we needed a
it
new
did.
sort of ending.
Yes.
Also, you know,
Thanks
because
for
it's
saying
really
that now,
orchestral.
Jude.
Yeah.
And everything building up as the way it does.
Yeah, because
Confetti.
that's the reason we already recorded this before he actually like really worked on the version that eventually we played live, and that's when he actually also added Simone's vocals at the end. I mean, both versions work really well, but yeah.
I love how this leaves you kind of waiting. Like,
Yeah.
what is this, and is it done? Like the like, there's a
think-
On to
vibe
the next
about
one.
it that you're like,
Keep
oh,
circling, keep circling.
let's
Yes.
listen again or something.
There's something very mysterious.
So we gotta listen again.
They're like, no.
I can only imagine how many times they've heard this whole album.
Thank you, everybody, for
But first time together,
sitting
all
this
together.
through with us.
We admire your patience.
You did well.
Yes, you all graduated
You go to
Epica
the
School,
next round.
Yeah.
and we appreciate your support. We're very grateful that we get to do this for a living. We're very happy with the
Yes.
album, and we hope you like it too. And see you on the road really soon.
You got that right. Wow, y'all.
Amazing.
I got a lump in my throat at the end there and got very emotional because Aspiral, this album and that song itself really means a lot to us. It was what we put on for our soundtrack after we officially got married.
It was.
It was
for
literally after the
leaving-
contract, leaving, walking through that sea of people on both sides that represent the best sides of you, and then having this playing behind, being single-minded in our moment
Yes,
together.
as we're leaving, because like we had just signed our wedding certificate saying that we are married, so like everything was official, and then walking through just hand in hand to this was very solidifying.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous.
It sure was. That's why it took over me, and I started crying a bit there. So it was very emotional to have that kind of replay. Added the story behind the actual song itself, just gives it full context. And like you said, it's the spirit of the person who actually made the sculpture there too. That's just so cool how much different type of stories they've woven into this incredible piece of art. Real quickly, you go share what you want to say, so then I can bring out that amazing
Absolutely.
piece of art.
The thing that was so cool about this is while we were listening to this song, I got a little teary-eyed as well, because the song is also, we heard it for the first time. I heard it for the first time in Mexico. Kyle heard it in Amsterdam with the Symphonic Synergy. And the thing that was so cool about this was I was just imagining right as the choir came on, all the purple confetti that was falling from the sky as we were listening to Aspiral for the first time. And then also when we were walking down the aisle, like what Kyle said, and we were coming back after we had signed our marriage certificate, this song continued to play even after we signed. So as we're like shaking everyone's hand, saying thank you for being at our wedding with us. We even had him speaking at our wedding as people were saying goodbye and leaving. So like that spirit was really brought in.
That got
like,
pushed
with the
onto a
Spiral.
lot
It
of
got
people,
pushed
y'all.
onto almost
A lot of
100
great
people.
people.
So it was really cool to be able to like have this as a piece of us going forward, even with that
part of our history
It's
now,
part of our
too.
history now.
That's why we literally went with the word Chronicans, and sometimes I accidentally say Chronicans when I mean to say Epicans, and vice versa. And that's just how much of feeling a part of the family that y'all have given us, and that really means a lot to us. For people, we are just always in our heads, so we need communities like you to keep us thinking straight, thinking amazing, making sure we're casting the darkness and making sure we're showing our light the best way we can. The swag always helps too, because they make you feel so amazing with their merch choices. There's even new type of merch that they talked about as well. There's many ways to support them, as y'all know. If you manage to get one of these boxes too, and you're very lucky to do it, congratulations, because it's just such an honor to have something so special. And it's just amazing to finally be in the moment when these albums are coming out, because symphonic metal really has changed our lives a lot.
It sure has. It's really blended both of our two worlds together because Kyle was very metal. I was very orchestral based when him and I first got together, and pop and synth and all that kind of stuff. So now coming into Epica, where they bend the genres so much and have melded so many different heavy and light, happy musical tracks together to create something so miraculous as what we have here with the Spiral, it really has helped combine our two worlds, like as we've created and grown a family together. So this has just been a beautiful experience over the last almost 3 years, almost 3 years that we've been doing this channel.
Yeah.
Our whole relationships.
I know, it's
been
crazy.
amazing.
Since we've been engaged, I think Epica has come into our life, and now we're married. Now y'all have seen our whole journey too. We're graduating into becoming Epicans completely. Definitely stay tuned for more full album reactions. Definitely we'll be checking out any of the releases they put out. Can't wait to see some of the live shows that are going to be coming out this year. If you get to see some of the live shows, please let us know too. Join our Discord if you want to share some pictures. You can join our Patreon if you ever want some extra content or some early access stuff as well. You can actually go to Epica and support them that way too. I would highly suggest it because there's so many amazing behind the scenes and moments like this that they're going to have for you there too. So it's very magical that they have so much access and ways to get to them. Also, big shout out to Marcella and Yost, because that's someone that always helps them with their albums as well. I think Yost is someone we really should try to get onto the channel as well. Absolutely. To dive into his mind, because
that'd be so cool.
He's such a driving force for all of these incredible metal bands as well. So it's just so cool, the family that they've made. And likewise to you, we thank you for being our family. We are now exiting the rabbit hole, folks.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. If you made it to the end and you haven't yet liked the video, please do so, because this has been a long video. This has been a long reaction, because not only are we reacting, we're reacting to somebody else's reaction. So that's pretty meta. And I can't wait to see what all of you have to say in the comments below, because this was such a great album. And thank you again for being here with us. We love you guys. Peace and love.
God bless y'all.
Take care, and bye for now.
Because I got a soccer jersey on. So